And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, or should I say good evening, and welcome to another live broadcast here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Dr. Mike Prince along with crew here for another exciting Blinn Buccaneer football game as the Bucs will be hosting the Cardinals of Trinity Valley. We have with us in the booth on this evening none other than Alex Goodwin, Andre Davis, and Mr. Cobbs himself, my brother Kendall Cobb. We are bringing you live action from the Blinn Buccaneer home field, that of Brenham High School. Want to remind you, tonight's broadcast could not be possible without some exceptional people to help provide underwriter and sponsorship for today's production. Of course, that is Bush's Chicken off of Highway 36 in Brenham, Texas, and our good friends who's going to be our halftime dinner supper, Mobius Pizza, right here in the beautiful city limits of Brenham. Well, guys, we got another broadcast. We witnessed the Bucs victorious last week. Grace had a strong performance, 178 rushing yards. How are you guys doing this week?
We're doing good. We're doing great, Mike. You know, I'm excited to be here. Nothing like some college football on a Saturday afternoon.
I cannot complain.
You cannot complain?
I'm alive. So that's all we can really ask for.
That's all. You know what? That's enough said right there, the way things are going right now. But as we do each and every week, we bring you up-to-date information of Blinn Buccaneer football, as well as our local and regional high school coverage, that of the Rose Hill Christian Eagles, the Hempstead Bobcats, the Waller Bulldogs, and much, much more. You can visit our website at obn-radio.com. Guys, bring us up to speed on tonight's contest and how these teams are matching out.
Well, both teams are coming to today's contest undefeated. Blinn is sitting at 2-0 right now after their win on last week against Navarre by the score of 27-12. And Trinity Valley is coming in today's contest 3-0 after their win last week against Northeastern Oklahoma A&M College by the score of 27-14. So, again, both teams come in today's ball game undefeated, but unfortunately, one of these teams will go home with a loss.
Somebody's going to get their first loss on today. Exciting defensive play last week by the Bucs, led by that fearsome four on the front in that 4-2-5 defense. And, of course, Mr. A.J. Jackson Jr., the big number 4, Mr. 4, I guess we can start calling him. We found out, we knew there's something special about this young man, but we were right with our hunch. He is committed to Ohio State, going to be a Buckeye when he's done with his tour of service here. And he's playing up to speed as far as Power 5 schools are concerned.
Yes, sir, and he came from the University of Auburn, Mike, and after last week's performance, I believe he finished with 9 tackles and a sack on that ball game. And after that performance, we definitely saw why he was recruited from Auburn in the first place.
Absolutely. Our Mobius Cafe Pizzeria player of the game last week, Carlos Grace, 178 rough and tough yards. They're expecting another strong performance out of him tonight, but he's going to have a stingy defense in the likes of Trinity that he's going to have to get through on today.
And, you know, Mike, not only 178 yards, he also had 2 touchdowns, but the one thing to note, he had 31 carries in that last ball game. So we definitely know that they used Grace a lot last week, and we're certainly going to see if they're going to use him that amount of times in today's ball game.
Well, with Grace, we know it's going to be a stapler for that offense. I'm still have my jury duty eyes out, if you will, on 2 key positions, and that's number 1, that offensive line. Still a work in process, and the gunslinger himself, Brother Williams.
Yes, sir.
He is a strong, dynamic, athletic quarterback who does not mind taking risks. And if he can minimize the forcing the issue, and that line gives him a half a second more time to scan his processions down the field, he should have a big night on tonight.
Well, it's no secret that Coach definitely has a confidence in Devin Williams, because we saw, as you mentioned last week, there were times that he threw quite a bit of ill-advised passes last week that could have been easily picked off, but he definitely caught a lot of breaks last week. But we definitely know that Coach has some confidence in him. He has some confidence in his throwing arm, but if he can just kind of minimize that this week, they should definitely have no problems this week against Trinity Valley.
Absolutely. Tonight's game should be another exciting game, as we are proud to be the voice of Buccaneer football right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. We serve the community through faith and athletics, and we are the voice of student athletics. We got a lot more updating and programming coming on for those who are in the local area. Don't forget, you can listen at 87.9 FM. And if you happen to be out and about, simply go to the website at obn-radio.com. And we'll take it one step even further. You might be on the go. You don't have internet access. All you have to do is dial this number, 724-444-7444. Enter the code 46493, and you can listen to the game anywhere throughout the country at the tip of your phone. So it's just that easy, and we're here to provide that service and make sure that each and every broadcast that we do, that we're going to have a good time, and we're going to have a good time bringing you Bucks football right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
Yes, sir, Mike. And as we have about 7.5 minutes away from our kickoff in today's game, I believe our main man, Alex Goodwin, has a scoring update for us.
Yes. Well, Andre, thank you for asking.
Wake up over there, man.
Why? What you got for us?
All right, so this is a live score update from Thibodaux, Louisiana. The Prairie View University Panthers are currently down by a score of 20-0 with 44 seconds remaining here in the first quarter.
20-0.
20-0 with the extra point upcoming. Upcheck that 21-0.
Well, don't forget that we will have the 1876 sports wrap will be later on tonight. We'll recap Prairie View football game. But right now, it's about the Blinn Buccaneers. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to relinquish my stand, and we're going to have the third wheel on the wagon today to come on in, and that is Brother Kendall Cobb. So we'll turn it over, get situated over here, and we'll let you get back into it, Alex and Andre.
Want to do some score updates? Some score updates, some live reads. Andre, you can take our underwriters and our supporters.
Yes, sir. Well, we actually going to let Mr. Cobb thank our sponsors for today's broadcast. Me and Mr. Cobb, we called the game last night for the Angry Birds of Rose Hill Eagles. They fell short to the Northland Cougars by the score of 14-7. It was definitely anybody's ball game last week. But how you doing today, Mr. Cobb?
Wonderful, sir. Happy to be on board and happy to be here in Brenham celebrating another night of football, another night of college football and excitement. And as you stated last night, you and I did the game with the Rose Hill Eagles losing to Northland Cougars. Competitive game, but here we are today to deal with some college football. And speaking of being in Brenham, let's go ahead and identify some of our sponsors. I want to thank Bush's Chicken. Bush's Chicken be located here in Brenham and can be reached at 979-836-1804, as well as Mobius Cafe and Pizzeria. Contact Mobius at 979-251-9955. Ask for Henry or Barbara, and they'll take care of you with some delicious pizza.
Thank you, Mr. Cobb. And as we have exactly 5 minutes away from kickoff, we're going to go ahead and just kind of break down today's ball game. As we mentioned before, the Blinn Buccaneers are coming today's game sitting at 2-0. The Trinity Valley Community College coming in at 3-0. Both teams are undefeated. But one of the main things I would like to point out in today's game is third down efficiency. Last week, TVCC, they were 4 for 17 on third down efficiency. That's 24% on third down. Even though in their victory against Northeastern Oklahoma A&M College, 24% on third down. So when you hear that, Alex, like how does that speak to you?
A team that converts 24% of their third downs, most times I think they ought to lose the ball game. That's just my first thought. When I hear, the games are won and lost on first down and on third downs. And if you cannot convert your third downs, keep that offense on the field, and keep your defense, by definition, off of it, I think you're going to have a tough time winning a game. So it's going to be key for Blinn to keep that Buccaneer offense on the field and convert their third downs. And on the flip side, make sure TVCC cannot convert their third downs and continue struggling as they have been.
And we mentioned the big play of Antoine Jackson Jr. Last week, and he's certainly the Ohio State commit, and he certainly will be in action in today's ball game. So that's going to be pretty tough for the Trinity Valley Community College, especially on third down. They're definitely going to try to get some pressure to keep those guys off the field. So for the Blinn Buccaneers, they were 9 for 19 on third down on last week. So that's 47%. So, not quite bad on third down. I mean, that's about
47% is really good.
Yeah, exactly. So especially on third down. And as teams are preparing to come out on the field, as the clock is rolling down, Andre Davis, Alex Goodwin, Mr. Kendall Cobb. So, Alex,
you can't forget. You cannot forget the AARP.
The man in charge.
How could you forget?
the man in charge.
Don't be disrespectful. We want to be here next week.
we do want to be here next week. And speaking of Mr. Prince, he talked about the quarterback for the Blinn Buccaneers, Devin Williams. He was 12 for 25 for 188 yards passing, and he had 1 touchdown last week. And I believe he also scrambled for about 35 yards as well, which, isn't a lot, but, there were times where Williams did decide to kind of take off and run with it last week.
He absolutely did, but when you're a guy that's his size with his speed, that's definitely something that can really help you out when all your receivers are covered. The defense is playing great zone defense as everybody plays at this point, and he can just really help extend the play.
I'm glad that you mentioned that because I actually would have wanted to see him do that a lot sooner last week against Navarro. A lot of times when he decided to just throw it up there for grabs, he definitely could have pulled it. He could have gained more yards and kept his offense on the field, kept the drive open.
I'll tell you what, he took a couple years off my life throwing some of those passes up for grabs, and I'm just up here in the booth talking to you guys.
So, Mr. Kyle, what exactly are you expecting to see out of this ball game? Or just how has it been for you so far, just being in this atmosphere? We got junior college football here in Brenham, Texas. So what has the atmosphere been for you like so far since you've been here?
This has been pretty overwhelming a little bit, only in the sense of first time out here doing something like this, and I'm very excited to take part in this. But to you guys' point earlier about the time possession and third down conversions, you're exactly right. If you are able to spend time on driving the field, resting your defense, getting a chance to strategize against the oncoming plays, that's to your advantage. Even if you just put 3 points on the board with a field goal, you are still eating clock and you're putting points on. So if Blinn can continue to do that and have success, they can go 3-0 and send Trinity Valley home with a 3-1 record.
Yes, sir. And as we did say before, both teams are coming in today's game undefeated. And unfortunately, one of these teams will go home with 1 loss on their record. We just hope that it's not the Blinn Buccaneers.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But the players look ready. So I'm excited to be a part of the team, and let's see where we go from there.
The Blinn Buccaneers won the toss, and they deferred their option to receive until the second half. So Trinity Valley will have it to start this ball game off. This is the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Alex Goodwin, Andre Davis, Mr. Kendall Cobb, Old Man Mike Prince. We're here. We're excited. The game is about to begin. To kick off for the Buccaneers will be number 48, Ryan Buckley. Back deep for the Cardinals would be number 4, Khalil Banks, along with number 14, Josh Hodges.
And number 4, Khalil Banks, is also one of the running backs for the Cardinals in today's ball game. And the Blinn Buccaneers, they decide to defer to the second half, so they definitely lets us know that they definitely have confidence in their defense.
And the Buccaneers the ball is going to go from right to left on the dial, and the kick is away. Banks is going to field it in his end zone, and he's going to just down it right there. And the Trinity Valley Cardinals will have the ball on the 25-yard line. And very quickly, before the ball game gets going, I have a few SWAC score updates. UTSA leads Southern by a score of 21-0 in San Antonio. Arkansas State leads Arkansas Pine Bluff 13-3. And McNeese is ahead of Alcorn State by a score of 14-13 with 9:30 left in the second quarter. The Cardinals come out with a 4-wide receiver set, 2 to each side, running back offset to the right. Quarterback takes a snap, drops back, looking right. He's going to throw it to number 88, Justice. Justice breaks a couple of tackles before he is brought down at the 38-yard line.
So the Cardinals decided to go with the pass on first down as he picked up a nice chunk of yards on that last play. Definitely horrible tackling there by the Buccaneers.
And they're going to go fast here. Quarterback Jalen Henderson, 3 wide receivers to the left. And they're going to hand it off to number 4, Khalil Banks. Banks is going to be brought down behind the line of scrimmage by number 27, Nate Betts.
Well, he definitely had nowhere to go on that last play there. The defense kind of snipped that one out fairly quickly.
It'll be second down, and they're going to call it 6. The Cardinals going to stand with a 3 receiver set. He rolls to the right. He's going to complete the pass to number 7, Cam Williams. Williams has enough for a first down.
And that was a great pass there by Kings Williams. He kind of squeezed it in there at the last minute.
And the TVCC, they're going to go fast here. They're going to go in with a 4 wide receiver set, 2 to each side. Banks offset to Henderson's left. They're going to bring a man in motion. They're going to go play action fake. They're going to throw it. Pass incomplete.
Wow.
Intended for number 7, Cam Williams. And that will bring up 2nd down. And from the early looks of this thing's going to be a little bit physical, guys.
Absolutely. And the Cardinals are going with the hurry-up offense, and that can definitely wear your defense out.
And they're going to go with a 5 wide receiver set, trips to the right. Henderson drops back. Pass is going to hit the dirt. Incomplete. Intended for number 7, Cam Williams. Number 28, Malik Robinson on the coverage for the Bucks.
With a big man, Antoine Jackson Jr. got in the way of that last pass.
And that will bring up 3rd down and long. 4 wide receivers set, 2 to each side. Banks offset to Henderson's left. They're going to look to the sideline for adjustments from the offensive coordinator. Henderson making adjustments. And Henderson drops back with the play fake. Pass is going to be through the hands of number 7, Cam Williams. Incomplete. And that will bring up 4th down. And we should see the Cardinal punting unit. We've got 13:48 remaining here in the opening quarter of play.
And that was a great defensive stand there by the Buccaneers. And then we talked about that 3rd down efficiency for the Cardinals as they...
I'm sorry, Andre. It appears as if the Cardinals are going to go for it here on 4th and 10. And
they changed their mind.
And with... I thought at first they were just going to pooch punt it, but, this is something I guess they work on. Just catch the opposing special teams unit slipping. Yeah, they're going to bring out the punt unit. Number 12, Zachary Smith back deep. The punt is away. It will hit at about the 25-yard line, take a Buccaneer bounce at about the 30, and roll back. Odd punt there. It's going to roll dead at the 29-yard line, and that's what the Bucs will have it. We've got 13:37 remaining here in the opening quarter of play. Alex Goodwin, Andre Davis, Mr. Kendall Cobb, Old Man Mike Prince. This is the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
And that was a great defensive stand there by the Buccaneers. Great job responding to the hurry-up offense. And now they're going to start with not bad field position.
And that potent Buccaneer offense is going to come out onto the field. They've got 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side. Carlos Grace to Devin Williams' right. They're going from right to left on our dial, ladies and gentlemen.
Do not be surprised if they start off with number 24, Carlos Grace, here on 1st down.
Williams takes the snap, and just with the doctor order is going to go to Grace. Grace is going to have about 2 or 3 before he's brought down by a flock of Cardinals. 2nd down, and call it 7.
But they're going to get him going early. As they went with him there on 1st down to 10, they're going to get him going early in this ball game.
And they're going to go fast here. Williams takes the snap. He's going to fake it to Grace. Pass is going to go out to number 1, Carrick Whitfall. Whitfall catches it. He's going to fall forward. Gain of about 3. That's going to bring him 3rd down and 7. 13:04.
No, go ahead. No, it's all right.
13:04 remaining here in the quarter. And the Bucs can go adjust. They go trips to the left. Carlos Grace to Williams' left. 1 wide receiver to the far side. And Williams drops back, and he's going to get smoked there. And that'll be number 35, Michael Scott, SMU transfer. And that's going to bring out the blend punting unit.
Well, there was a no call on that play, but Michael Scott kind of got a jump on him on that last play.
I mean, you can't call every penalty, but I'm sure Devin Williams would have sure liked if they did. So that will bring out the Buccaneer special teams unit number 48, Ryan Buckley, on to kick it away. And I believe, unless my eyes are deceiving me, that should be number 1, Tony Mullins, back deep for TVCC. And he mishandles the punt, and he tries to get it off, and he's blocked. And oh my word, that may be the referee.
Buccaneer ball.
Buccaneer ball.
Wow.
They're gonna. It's gonna be Cardinal ball at the 1-yard line. And just trying to recap what just happened because I was at a loss of words there. We'll let Andre take it away.
Well, the punter, Ryan Buckley, he was being pressured. It was a bad snap to begin with, and at the last minute, he just decided to get the kickoff anyway.
attempt to get the kickoff, and lo and behold, did not do so, and the Cardinals jumped on the ball right there at the 1 yard line.
Well, when you're a quarterback, you're trained to throw the ball away, if you're getting pressure at the last minute. But as a kicker, what can you do?
Kick. So
he tried.
So the Cardinals are going to come out. They're going to go with a spread set. Well, a powered spread set, rather. Tight end motions back to the left. They're going to hand it off to Banks, and Banks is going to walk into the end zone with 11:57 remaining here in the opening quarter. TVCC jumps out to a 6-0 lead, partly due to Blinn special teams miscues. And again, as my old high school football coach used to say, special teams can win you or lose you a football game.
Yeah, that was a 1-yard touchdown. That touchdown was pretty much handed to TVCC on a silver platter.
And TVCC has their special teams unit out onto the field. To kick it away would be number 48, Angel Severe.
Yes, sir.
The snap is back, the kick is up, and it is good. 11:57 remaining here in the first quarter of play. Cardinals lead 7-0. And now I'd like to go to my good friend Kendall Cobb to thank our underwriters and supporters for today's broadcast.
Yeah, today we'd like to definitely thank our underwriters who made it possible for this game, Hexer Comfort Solutions and Yeto Technology Partners. Also, Farmers Insurance Agency. They can be reached at 979-826-3026. Burger Fencing, Landscaping, and more. They can be reached at 281-253-2923. And Auto Check and Auto Repair, located out in Cypress. They can be reached at 281-440-1188. I want to definitely thank Steve at Auto Check and Auto Repair for their support.
And remember, everybody, if you would like to become a listening partner or a sponsor here with us at the Open Mic Broadcast Network, for more information, go to obn.com. Again, that's www.obn-radio.com.
Wait. I'm sorry, guys. Well, there's 11:57 remaining here in the first quarter. Still a lot of time, but the Buccaneers definitely going to have to get some things going here on this offensive drive.
Absolutely, and one of the things you don't want to do when you're playing the number 3 team in junior college football is get down early, because a football team like this, once they get you down, they put their foot down, so to speak.
Yes, sir. Well, one thing we do know in college football, momentum swings shift throughout the entire ball game.
And the TVCC kicking unit is on to the field. The ball is going to be kicked away by number 47, Eddie Godina. Back deep for the Bucks. Number 34, Phillip Jones. And number 13, Davion Peoples.
The Bucks definitely got to get something started this time, guys. That first drive stalled. They went 3 and out. Not even 3 and out. They 3 and then the muff kick. So they're going to definitely have to do something this time.
Peoples takes it at his own 8-yard line, heading to the left. He's looking for some running room, and he's going to be brought down at about his own 10-yard line.
Well, Peoples tried to follow his blockers on that last play. He just really didn't have any room to work with.
Didn't turn north-south enough.
Yes.
And that's where the Bucks will have it to start. 11:48 here remaining in the first quarter. Ball is on the the ball is on the 14-yard line. See, I think I need my eyes checked, guys. That's why I have these binoculars in my hand. The Bucks are going to go with a split backfield, twins to the right, Carrick Whitfall closest to the boundary, and they're going to hand it off to number 22, Quantonio Williams. Williams is going to be stopped behind the line for a loss of 2 yards. That'll bring up second down and 12 for the Bucks.
Well, he was trying to follow his blockers on that last play. And if I'm the Buccaneers, you definitely don't want to start getting predictable here early on in the game.
Buccaneers are going to go with a 4-wide set. They're going to swing it out to number 5, Quentin Newton. Newton's going to pick up what Williams lost there. And that'll bring up third down and about 5 there for the Bucks. So the Bucks are in third and manageable. Let's see if they can convert.
Well, that was a great block there by number 1, Wheatfield, on that last play.
And Bucks are going to go with a 4-wide set to the each side. Carlos Grace to Devin Williams' right. Williams drops back. He has some pressure. He's looking, and he's going to be sacked. And sacked by number 35, Michael Scott. And that will bring up another fourth down for the Bucks. Not the start Coach Ryan Mahon wanted for his Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are going to send out that punting unit again.
And once again, guys, they're, 1 3-and-out is not a good start, but again, hopefully they can get the punt off this time and get better, much more challenging field position for Trinity Valley last time they handed it to them. So let's see what we have on this particular kick.
Buckley back to punt. Number 1, Mullins is back deep for the Cardinals, and he got some pressure there. The punt is a end-over-end kick. He's going to take it at the 50. Fair caught. So that's where the Cardinals will start with 10:20 remaining here in the first quarter. Alex Goodwin, Andre Davis, Kendall Cobb, Grandpa Mike Prince. This is the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the station designed with you in mind.
Well, we're going to need another stop by the Buccaneers. We're especially going to need the big man, Antoine Jackson Jr., to get some pressure on that QB.
Absolutely. And TVCC comes out. It appears that they're going to go with a 4-wide set. 2 receivers to each side, running back offset to Henderson's right. Blinn showing blitz. They're going to send running back in motion. Henderson drops back, feeling pressure. Pass is going to be incomplete. Pressure from the Bucs provided by number 91, Cullen Wick.
And there you go, guys. The Buccaneers applying pressure early. We definitely don't want to give Henderson all day to throw the ball.
Absolutely. So that'll bring up 2nd down and 10. They're going to go with a 4-wide receiver set. Trips to the left. 1 wide receiver to the near side. Pass complete to number 88, Justice. And he's going to have about 6 yards. That'll bring it to 3rd down and 4. 10:04 remaining here in the first quarter. TVCC out to an early 7-0 lead against your Blinn Buccaneers. Henderson's going to take the snap. He's going to roll to his left. Looking. Nothing there. He's going to scramble for it, and he's going to slip down and fall, and he is going to be close to the 1st down. It's going to depend on the spot.
Well, that was a great scamper there by Henderson. That was a nice field vision. And if it wasn't for the turf monster, he could have had more room to work with.
It's going to bring up 4th down and 1. Again, the TVCC offense is going to remain on the field. I'm not sure if they're going to go for a hard count and then send the punting unit back onto the field. They're going to go on a power spread set. Running back, number 26, Edward Reese, to Henderson's right. And we have a whistle and a timeout from TVCC. So with 9 minutes and 11 seconds remaining here in the quarter, we've got a timeout, which means we have some time to thank our underwriters, sponsors, and our supporters. Mr. Kendall Cobb, take it away.
That we do, Alex. Andre, and again, thank you for the opportunity. Let's identify Temple of Refuge Ministries. Temple of Refuge Ministries is located 45372 Old Highway 290. As service starts tomorrow at 9 a.m. Please check them out and make service at Temple Refuge Ministries in Prairie View. Also, Mobius Cafe and Pizzeria. Again, we're expecting a little Mobius at halftime.
I hope a lot of Mobius.
Really, I'm ready to take off. I'm ready to undo my belt.
But again, we thank them for providing the underwriting and also quite a bit of nutritious halftime food.
Oh, absolutely. I don't know about nutrition, but I tell you, it will fill you up. Look, I serve as a testimony. And back to the action on the field. 4th down and 1 for TVCC. They're going to send a man in motion, and Henderson's going to take it up the middle. He's going to have the 1st down in a little bit more. And one thing TVCC is doing here, they're being a lot more physical at the point of attack than the Blinn Buccaneers. And they're going to go fast again. They're going to go with a power spread set, twins to the left. And he's going to swing it out to number 1, Mullins. Mullins to the 25 to the 15, down to 10. Flags fly.
This may be coming back.
As Mullins is ridden out of bounds.
When the Cardinals are going with this hurry-up offense on this drive, and it seems that the Buccaneers didn't have a problem with it on the last drive, but it seems that it's kind of getting to them here so far here midway through the first quarter.
More than the hurry-up offense, I believe, TVCC is just being a little bit more physical, as if this is a boxing match. Triple G and Canelo is tonight. Just thought about it.
Yes,
this is like somebody throwing the first big haymaker, and they threw another uppercut. Blinn has got to get back in there, shake off those cobwebs, and throw a couple uppercuts and a couple of jabs thereon.
Well, physicality is definitely a part of the game. When they went for it, they're on 4th and 1. They didn't do anything special. They just ran it right up the middle.
Absolutely. TVCC is going to go with twins to the right, running back offset to the right as well. Tight end lined up as almost as a wing on the left, And Henderson's going to fake it. They're going to swing it out to number 85, Blaine Hoover. And he's going to be brought down behind the line by a special friend, an old teammate of mine, number 23, Jarek Petrie. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 9 for the Cardinals.
Jarek Petrie. We talked about Jarek Petrie on that last game. He had a pretty good game last week against Navarro, and that was a great job of him to close in on that last tackle.
Absolutely. 2nd down and 9, 8:06 remaining here in the quarter. TVCC comes out with trips to the left, running back offset to the right. Henderson drops back to pass, looking, nothing there. Breaks the tackle before he's run out of bounds by number 27, Nate Betts, and that was big 45, Dejon Matthews, who just almost had the sack there, but no mas. And again, TVCC, they're going to go fast. They're going to hand it off to number 25, Edward Reese. Reese has enough yardage for the 1st down, and that will move the sticks.
Yes, the Cardinals are just playing just hard, physical nose football here so far.
And again, they're going to go with a 4-wide receiver set, 2 to each side. Reese offset to Henderson's left. They're going to fake it, and the pass is going to be incomplete.
And that was Malik Robinson, the cornerback for the Buccaneers. That was a great job to break that pass up.
Pass intended for number 88, Torrin Justice. Great defense there from the Bucs. Yeah. 2nd down and 10.
That wasn't a bad throw there by Henderson. There was a slant route, and he zipped it in there. That was just a great job by the cornerback.
Absolutely.
Malik's given up about 5 inches to this receiver, and he's played very physically on that one. Good play.
Absolutely. Henderson's going to have 3 receivers, 2 to his left. Henderson drops back to pass on the play action.
Wow.
The pass is going to be caught for a TVCC touchdown with 7:23 remaining here in the 1st quarter. TVCC has struck again. Our score now, Cardinals 13, Bucs 0.
Well, that was definitely miscommunication there in the secondary as he was wide open. I think we could have hit him here from the press box.
Absolutely. The Cardinal special teams unit is back onto the field to attempt to tack on to their lead. Number 48, Seaver, is on to attempt the extra point. The snap is back. The kick is up, and it is good with 7:23 remaining here in the 1st quarter. TVCC has a 14-0 lead over your Blinn Buccaneers.
Well, Alex, you mentioned it earlier. When you're playing the number 3 ranked team in the country, you definitely don't want to find yourself down early. You definitely don't want to feel like you're playing catch-up.
Agreed. And that last play looked like to be a blown coverage. The receiver's wide open. That builds the TVCC's confidence in themselves, and then further puts Blinn in the hole. So.
And one thing as a coach will accept you just getting beat at the point of attack. Sometimes, sometimes they just made a play and you didn't. What will make a coach pull his hair out is just a flat-out mental mistake like that, just a flat-out blown coverage. Just like it looked like that side of the secondary, one guy thought they were in man, another guy thought they were in zone. And that led to just a gaping hole and a touchdown for the Cardinals.
Yes, sir.
And we are awaiting the arrival of the TVCC special teams unit back onto the field. Number 30, it appears as if that's number 34 and number 26 back deep that's 36 and 34. That'll be DeCravian Polk and Phillips Jones back deep for the Bucs. And
even though we still have 7:23 remaining here in the 1st quarter, they only find themselves down by 14. But again, you are playing the number 3 ranked team in the country. You're definitely going to have to go quickly now.
And I wouldn't even say they have to go quickly. They just have to play. There's a lot of football left to be played here this evening. They just have to make smart plays. Like, we've got a lot of game left. They just have to make plays and not beat themselves, and they'll be able to find themselves back in this football game in no time.
Well, they're going to have to drive the ball. So far they've had 2 offensive possessions. I don't think they've even found themselves across the other 50-yard line. So they're going to have to drive the ball and start gaining some momentum.
To your point, exactly. They've again kicked twice, and they have not gotten first downs or even given their defense a break. So Blinn needs to string some plays together, move the chains a little bit, make the Cardinals play some defense and see where they go from there.
And Godinez kick is away. It's going to be fielded by number 36, DeCravian Polk. He bobbles it. He crosses the 10, 15, and flag flies. DeCravian Polk has some space. He's going to be brought down at the 29-yard line. And this one is going to be brought back, it looks like.
Yes, that's going to be blocking the back. I actually saw that one up here. The official hesitated for a minute to throw the flag. I didn't think he was going to throw it, but that's definitely going to be brought back.
And, again, things you don't want to see if you're Coach Ryan Mahon is mental mistakes. That will just push the Bucks back 15 yards. So we'll see where the official spot of the ball will be. But like I said before, this one is going to be a physical one. TVCC has been more physical to start the ball game off. And like I said, the Bucks, if they're going to get back into this one, they're going to have to throw a couple uppercuts themselves.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Play some offense and stop playing defense. And, again, games are lost and or won in the trenches, and they definitely need to beat them to the punch and from the line of scrimmage.
And new quarterback for the Bucks, number 10, Davian Williams, is going to hand it off to number 24, Carlos Grace. Carlos Grace has some space. He's across the 25 to the 30, and that will be a Buccaneer first down. Move the sticks, and
I knew it wasn't going to take long, Alex. You had 178 yards rushing last week. I knew it wasn't going to take long to get him going.
And the Bucks are going to go fast. They're going to go with trips to the left. They're going to hand it off. Excuse me, they're not going to hand it off to Carlos Grace. Pass is going to be incomplete. Great fake there by number 10, Davian Boyd. The pass was incomplete, intended for number 8, DeAndre Reed.
And that was number 29, Trey Baldwin, on the breakup pass there for the Cardinals. Quarterback just didn't see him coming.
And Bucks are going to stay in that same formation. They're going to hand it off to Carlos Grace. Grace around the left side. Carlos Grace has some space. He's across the 40 to the 45-yard line before he's run out of bounds by number 28, Rashad Henry, and that will bring up another Buccaneer first down. And if the Bucks are going to switch quarterbacks like they have, I'm not sure what's quite going on. They're going to have to lean on 24. And Boyd's going to drive back, throw it to number 1, Carrick Whitfall. Whitfall has some space. He's going to be brought down across the 50. 3 plays, 3 first downs for the Bucks.
Let's play together, and that's what they need, to string some plays together.
And like we said before, these teams like to play fast, and Boyd has 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side. Williams to his left. Boyd's going to drive back, looking to the right. Throw it deep. He has a man. That's DeAndre Reed to the 10-5 touchdown, Bucks.
And then we talked about it, Alex. All we needed for the Buccaneers was to gain some momentum. They did exactly that, and they did it quickly. We still have 6:18 remaining in the first quarter.
Absolutely. Now you just kind of did my job for me. So the Buccaneers have cut into the Cardinal lead. Our score now 14-6 with the extra point upcoming. Number 48, Ryan Buckley, on to attempt the extra point. And see, like I said before, guys, if we're going to get back into this one, they got to throw a couple haymakers of their own, and they just threw a big uppercut.
Well, yeah, that was definitely a big uppercut there. That was a great pass there by Boyd. Saw the man wide open. He got it to him on the money. We talked about it last night, Mr. Cobb, the quarterbacks overthrowing wide receivers. That time he did the complete opposite. He threw it right there on the money. Great pass there by Boyd.
It was a great pass, and he broke down the defender, got past him, put it over his shoulder, right into his chest, and then into the end zone.
Absolutely. We have 6:18 remaining here in the first quarter. TVCC leads by a score of 14-7. Now the Blinn Buccaneers are on the board. And this is a great time to thank our underwriters, sponsors, and supporters. Mr. Cobb, take it away.
Definitely going to – I tell you what, first of all, you guys are going to definitely need some water. We're going to be talking through this night because this looks like to be a high-scoring affair. So be sure to hydrate up. Again, Auto Check and Auto Repair, located off 1539 Cypress Springs Drive. Number 281-440-1188. Steve can have a vehicle ready, leave you with 2016 Toyota while you diagnose your problem. Auto Check and Auto Repair.
And appreciate it, Mr. Cobb. The Buccaneer kicking unit is back onto the field to receive for TVCC. Looks like number 4, Khalil Banks, along with number 24, Prince Robinson. Buckley's kick is away. Wow. It's going to be fielded by Prince Robinson in the end zone, and he's going to just kneel down. And the Cardinals will take it at their own 25-yard line. We have 6:15 remaining here in the first quarter. Alex Goodwin, Andre Davis, Mr. Kendall Cobb, Grandpa Mike Prince, the AARP head honcho. He just stepped out of the booth. I don't know where he went.
I got one question, Alex. Is it halftime yet?
Oh, that's what I want to know. I'm hungry. Where is Moby?
Moby should be en route, gentlemen. So, again, if you guys want to patronize them, again, they're right here in Brenham. So please,
we might have to go to him.
I had to come to him.
Absolutely. TVCC comes out. They have twins to the left, one wide receiver to the right. They're in a pistol set. Henderson drops back. His pass is going to be complete to number 81, Quentin Derry, and Derry is going to drag a couple of men before he's brought down by a host of Buccaneers, and that'll bring up second down. And, that will move the sticks for the Cardinals. And, again, they're going to go fast here. They're going to go in a pistol set, twins to the left, one wide receiver to the near side. Henderson drops back, looking, has some pressure, and he's gave the pressure. He's going to scramble to try to make something out of nothing there, and he is going to get about 9 yards before he's finally brought down by number 52, Chadwick Thibodeau. And
that is a missed highlight play on that last play. Had opportunity to get him in the backfield, and instead he scrambles for an 8-yard pickup.
And that's the second time the Buccaneers have not been able to bring down Henderson, an elusive guy he is, a UTSA transfer. So, he's definitely making the most out of his opportunity here in junior college ball. And they're going to line up second down and 1, twins to the left, running back offset to Henderson's left. They're going to hand it off to him, and he's going to go to the 50, the 45, across to the 40. And he's going to be brought down, and flags fly. And this one appears to be coming back. Andre, what do you think that penalty was? Because I wasn't able to see quite what it was.
That's definitely going to be a holding penalty. And yes, sir, it is going to be a holding penalty charge against the Cardinals. And as a running back, and even as an offensive player, period, that's just crazy, when you run for a big game and to know that it's coming back and you did all that work for nothing. But if I'm him, I still going to put that on my highlight tape.
I was just about to say that. I'm still putting that on my highlight tape. Doesn't make me any, never mind. So that will bring up second down and 11. These are kind of breaks the Buccaneers need, and they're going to line up, TVCC is going to line up. They're going to have twins to the right, tight end offset to the right, and they're going to hand it off to number 22, Daniels, and he's going to have about 12 yards, enough for the first down. Again, they're going to go fast. Yet again, trips to the left, and they're going to hand it off to him. He's going to slip a tackle before he's brought down by a host of Buccaneers, led by big number 4, Antoine Jackson.
Well, that was nothing but blue jerseys on that last play, and I was definitely going to see how he's going to get out of that one.
And so that will bring up second down, and we're going to call it 10 yards. 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side. Daniels, the deep back. Henderson's going to take the snap, and he's going to give it to Daniels. Daniels is going to gallop for about 4 or 5 yards before he's brought down by a sea of blue. Third down.
And that wasn't a bad run there by Daniels. He kind of hesitated a little bit, kind of let his blocking kind of develop. Daniels. And
it's going up third down and 6, 3:42 remaining here in the quarter. 14-7 our score. TVCC leads the Blinn Buccaneers. Alex Goodwin, Andre Davis, Kendall Cobb, Mike Prince. This is the Open Mic Broadcast and Network. Henderson making some adjustments with his offensive line. He's going to take the snap. He's going to drive back, looking to his right, feels the pressure, and he's just going to throw that one away. And that's going to be a stop for the Blinn Buccaneer defense. However, this is the 4th time they've done this. The TVCC will not send on a punting unit, at least not initially.
Well, that was a great job there by Chadwick Thibodeau on that last play to apply some pressure on Henderson, and it appears that the punting unit for both teams will be coming out here on 4th down.
That's necessary. Again, as I was pointing out, they were unsure whether or not they were going to punt or go for it. This time they're definitely punting, and hopefully the Bucs can do something with this possession.
Number 12, Corey Smith is back deep, and flags fly. And this one appears to be in the neighborhood of false start. We've got 3:15 remaining here in the first quarter. This has been a long first quarter, if I must say so myself.
Well, Mr. Kyle mentioned that we might want to get some water because we're going to be talking all night. And while we have a break in the action, we'll remind all of our listeners that at halftime, our guy, Mr. Mike Prince, will be visiting with Coach Mahon of the Blinn Buccaneers.
Absolutely. Mr. AARP himself. And Sequoia Smith back deep to receive the punt. And the punt is away. It's not particularly a great punt. It's going to take a cardinal bounce, and it's going to die at the 39-yard line. The Bucs going to have great field position as they attempt to knock this bad boy up at 14 apiece.
Yes, sir. And the Buccaneers, that was a great job there on defense by the Buccaneers to get their offense back out on the field. We're going to see if they can keep that momentum working after that last 40-yard touchdown by DeAndre Reed.
And I believe that was a great confidence builder for the offense. So hopefully they can build upon that and go from there.
Absolutely. And it appears as if the starting quarterback, number 6, Devin Williams, is back out onto the field. We're not sure what the issue was that prevented him from going out on the field last drive, but we're sure glad to have him back on the field. And Williams is going to fake the jet sweep. He's going to go around the right side, and he's going to have about 2 or 3 yards before he is stopped. And that's the play where he's just got to get up the field. Don't go laterally. Get up the field.
South. Run north-south and get as many yards as you can going down the field.
Well, we're going to have to credit Greg with the downhill tackle for the Cardinals on that last play.
And the Bucs are going to go with the empty backfield. Carrick Whitfall coming in motion. And Carrick Whitfall is going to get the jet sweep. Makes a man miss. Carrick Whitfall has the first down and a little bit more before he's brought down by a flock of Falcons. And this one seems to be getting just a bit testy.
You said this was going to be a physical ball game, Alex. At the beginning of this game, you said exactly that.
And one thing I'm glad to see, the Bucs are throwing some haymakers. They're not taking any foolishness in this dancery.
Well, you can't. You know, my dad always told me that he tied his shoes just like you do.
Absolutely.
There you go.
And Williams is going to take the handoff. He's going to have about 2 or 3 yards before he is brought down. That's going to bring up second down, and we're going to call it 7 for the guys in blue. 2:15 remaining here in the opening quarter. TVCC leads by a score of 14-7. They're going to have a spread set. Williams drops back to pass. He's looking deep. He has a man. Pass is going to be caught. What a catch there by number 80, Camden Robinson. And that's going to move the stick for a Buck first down, and that's definitely a play that's going to be on his highlight tape.
Oh, my goodness. That was a great job by Robertson, just looking that ball in from top to bottom.
And that'll be a Buck first down. The Bucs are threatening. 1:57 remaining here in the first quarter. Williams takes a snap. He's going to hand it off to Quantonio Williams. Williams breaks a tackle, breaks a second. He's near the goal line. He is going to be short. Second down and goal for the Blinn Buccaneers. Again, we have 1:40 remaining here in the first quarter. Alex Goodwin, Andre Davis, Mr. Kendall Cobb, Mr. AARP Mike Prince.
Alex, this is shaping out to be the clash of the Titans.
Absolutely, and Williams going to take the snap, and it's going to be a Blinn touchdown. So with 1:28 remaining here in the first quarter, the Buccaneers are going to look to knock this bad boy up at 14 apiece. And I think I'm going to use this boxing metaphor all night long. The Blinn Buccaneers have just connected with an uppercut, and then they threw a jab. I think they just threw a left hook to boot.
You know, physicality is the theme of this ball game, Alex, and that's what you got to do. And the team that's been physical with you, the only way you can be successful is if you need physical back.
Exactly. Power meets power.
Absolutely. And Buckley is on to attempt the extra point. Boyd is on to hold. The snap is back. The kick is up, and it is good. How do you say good in Spanish, guys? Anybody know?
Good day. Good day.
No, bien. Bien.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
Muy bien. Very good.
Muy bien.
Bien is good.
I was going to say, Andre, we were in Spanish class together.
I guess Spanish 2 didn't pay off after all. I got data.
Well, guys, if this turns out to be Hearns Hagler, we're in for a great night because, again, if they're going to go back and forth and just land these haymakers, as Alex mentioned earlier, we're going to be in for a nice, exciting football.
Absolutely, and if we keep up at this pace scoring, the score operator, who I'm not sure what booth he is in relation to us, he's going to be a busy man. He's not going to have time to go get a burger or anything like that.
Well, let's just say he'll have his money worth this game.
Absolutely. And we have a quick break as TBCC takes their merry time getting back onto the field to take our underwriters and supporters and sponsors. Mr. Kendall Cobb.
We'd definitely like to thank you. Thank you, Alex. We'd like to thank Farmers Insurance Agency. You can reach them at 979-826-3026. You can ask for LaTanya Chapel, Farmers Insurance Agency. Also, Hexar Comfort Solutions, located in Cypress, Texas. And Bush's Chicken. Of course, Bush's Chicken.
And I like
Bush's Chicken.
I'd like to say this. They have the best two-piece in Washington County.
Can I get a biscuit with that?
I'm not sure. I just got the two-piece. I wasn't, trying to spend the extra $1 or so on the biscuit. So
we had to have them bring us lunch next year.
Absolutely. Can we check on that, Mike? Can we get both? And Buckley's kick is away. That was going to go out of the end zone.
Buckley has a leg on him.
Oh, man. Wow. And so that will be a touchback. TVCC will start with the ball on their own 25-yard line. It is a beautiful night from Brenham, Texas. The sun is starting to set. Thankfully, it was a bit warm in here. It still is just a bit warm.
Yeah. Still waiting on that breeze to come a little bit. I ain't felt it quite yet.
Oh, absolutely. I'm sweating like a sinner on Judgment Day in here, guys.
Well, again,
a sinner on
Judgment Day.
Wow. And with that, back to the play on the field, Mr. Alex Goodwin.
And TVCC is going to have two wide receivers to the left, tight end to the left as well. They're going to hand it off, and he's going to get swarmed and stopped in the backfield by number 45, DeJohn Matthews, and that will bring up second down and 10. No gain on the play as we near 1 minute remaining here in the first quarter. TVCC trips to the left. Henderson drops back looking left. That pass is going to be through the hands and incomplete. Pass intended for number 5, Daylon Phillips.
Even though we're all tied up in this ball game, we can definitely say that the momentum has definitely swung in the possession of the Buccaneers so far.
And TVCC, number 3 ranked team in the country. I know they're going to make some adjustments. And TVCC has trips to the right. They're going from left to right on the dial. Running back offset to the left with one wide receiver to the near side. Henderson's dropping back, looking right. The pass is going to be incomplete. Intended for number 88, Torrin Justice. And that will bring up a 4th down and 10 for TVCC. Blinn, again, has connected. That wasn't a haymaker. That was just a jam.
There you go. Henderson's had quite a bit of time to get these passes off, so definitely.
He has quite a bit of time to get these passes off. You definitely want to see a little bit more pressure on him, but we're definitely going to have to credit the secondary of the Buccaneers so far here in the first quarter.
Yes, sir.
And at the next break, I'm going to give everybody a SWAC scoring update. A SWAC scoring update right after this. So Corey Smith is going to fair catch the Godina punt, and Blinn is going to have great field position near midfield. And as promised, a SWAC scoring update. Unfortunately, I am unhappy to report that the Prairie View A&M University Panthers are down.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
My scoring update, sir. They're down by a score of 31-0 at Nicholls State. 2:36 remaining in the second quarter. UTSA leads Southern by a score of 42-0. Arkansas State ahead of Arkansas Pine Bluff by a score of 20-3. South Alabama leads Alabama A&M 31-0. Alcorn State is still playing McNeese tight. The score is 14-13. Overall, doesn't seem like a great night for the SWAC. But back to the action here in Brenham, Texas. The Bucs have trips to the left. They're going to hand it off to Carlos Grace. Grace is going to charge forward. He's going to have about 5 yards, 6 tops, and he's going to be brought down. It's going to be second and manageable for the Bucs. 35 seconds remaining here in the first quarter.
And there he is, guys. Carlos Grace, a guy that the Buccaneers rely on heavily for this offense.
They're going to stay in the same formation, and Wibb's going to drop back, play action fake, and he's felt some pressure. Thankfully, he was able to get it away.
Yeah, he waited a little bit too long to get that one away.
And that was nearly intentional grounding, but the referee waved the flag. Wibbs was outside of the tackle box, and thankfully also there was a receiver in the area. 3rd down and 5 for the Bucs. And that's the play where either Wibbs, if he's looking downfield and he sees nothing there, at some point trust your speed and get out of there. And Wibb's going to drop back. Pass going to be complete to Carrick Whitfall. Whitfall is going to be spun down, but not before he has enough to move the sticks for a Buck first down.
I'm sorry, good. That was a great job there by the Buccaneers on 3rd down to keep those chains moving.
And they're going to go with a trip set. This may be the final play of the quarter.
If they can get it off.
Williams is going to get it off. He's going to drop back, rolling to his right, looking. Pass is going to be complete to Carrick Whitfall. Great footwork. You can tell he does some work on the ladder. And he will be near a first down there, and that will conclude the first quarter, a very entertaining first quarter. TVCC jumped out to a 14-0 lead, primarily due to Blinn miscues. However, the Blinn Bucks threw some haymakers and some jabs of their own, and as it currently sits, our score is all tied up at 14 apiece.
Well, the Buccaneers have scored on two drives in a row, and you can definitely tell that the momentum is in their favor here on this particular drive.
And again, guys, it's been a very exciting first quarter. Let's see what we have in store for the second half. But in the meantime, to our listenership, you can become a listening partner and go to www.obn-radio.com or call 832-213-8824 and join our support.
Absolutely. And do we have another time for a scoring update?
I believe we do.
That might be my segment for the evening. Scoring update. I'm not sure. Can I give A&M won today? So Kevin Sumlin's job is safe for just another week.
One more week.
Another week.
I think his stuff may still be in the box, though.
He
just ain't moved it out yet.
I think he already has some of his stuff in the storage locker in U-Haul and Bryan. But, we're not going to make too many jokes about the maroon and white because we're all about Buccaneer football this evening. Second down and 1 for the Bucks. Trips to the left, going left to right on our dial. Carrick Whitfall, the receiver, on the near side. And they're going to hand it off to Carlos Grace. And Grace is going to break a tackle, and he's going to be near a first down. And like I said, this ball game is going to has already gotten chippy, and it may get even chippier, if that's a word.
Well, a big tackle by number 55, O'Shea Jackson.
Yeah, that was a big tackle, and Grace didn't really have much room to work with, but he did get just enough to pick up the first down, as Alex said earlier.
And it's going to be trips to the left. The Bucs going to stay in that same formation. Grace offset to Williams' left. Williams going to drop back, looking to his right, feel some pressure, and he's going to just get out of the pocket. And he's going to have some space. He toes the sideline. Wow. Great footwork there, and he made something out of nothing. As my grandmother used to say, he made $1 out of 15 cents.
He may have made more than $1 on that last play. He should have been brought down in the backfield. Great job there by Williams to get out of that last play.
Bucks staying in the same formation. He's going to fumble the snap.
Oh, my goodness.
And the ball is on the ground. It's going to be recovered by Trinity Valley. And see,
well, that was a bad bobber there on that last play. It looked like we were trying to play hot potato with him and Grace on that last play.
And that will give TVCC the football with good field position at their own 25-yard line. 14-20 remaining here in the second quarter.
Well, that's definitely not what the doctors order if you are the Buccaneers, but the defense did a very good job there towards the end of the first quarter of getting the offense of the Cardinals off the field. So we're going to see if they can keep it up and give the ball back into the hands of their offense.
Trinity Valley comes out with a 4 wide receiver set, trips to the right, 1 wide receiver to the boundary, and they're going to hand it off to number 4, Banks. Banks is going to have 7 or 8 yards before he is brought down by number 27, Nate Betts.
Well, Banks carried about 2 Buccaneer defenders on that last play. It looked like he could have been stopped at the line of scrimmage.
And apparently, Khalil Banks had enough to move the sticks for a Cardinal first down. They're going to go with 4 wide receivers, 2 to the right, and Henderson's going to swing it out to number 14, Josh Hodges. Hodges is going to have a short gain before he's brought down by a swarming Blinn Buccaneer defense. Second down and 9.
Well, they went with a quick pass on that particular play, but he just didn't have any room to work with.
And that's going to bring up, like I said, second down and 9, 13:43 remaining here in the half. Alex Goodwin, Andre Davis, Kendall Cobb, Old Man, Mike Prince here with you. This is the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And Henderson's going to take the snap, going to hand it off to Khalil Banks around the right side, and Banks has a crease, and he's going to be near the first down.
Well, Khalil Banks is a big running back, 6'2", 215 pounds. That's a heavy load that the Cardinals are working with there.
And it's going to be third down and short for Trinity Valley. 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side. Banks offset to the right. And they're going to throw a bubble screen. And they're going to break a tackle. ball was knocked out, but it went out of bounds. That on the catch for the Cardinals was number 7, Cam Williams, sophomore from Conroe, Texas.
You know that's the thing with bubble screens, Alex. You know, sometimes it can work for you. You can have a lot of room to work with, and sometimes you can just have no room to work with at all.
That time he had a little bit of space. He's going to hand it off to Khalil Banks. Banks has some room around the left side. He's going to flip a tackle. He's across the 30 to the 25. He's finally brought down about the 23-yard line.
And that was poor tackling there by the Buccaneers on that last play.
That's a play where anybody on the defensive side of the field, when film comes on tomorrow morning, they're all going to be sitting in their chairs just a bit like, oh, I hope he didn't see that.
You know he did.
Absolutely. That's going to bring up 1st and 10 for the Cardinals, 12:35 remaining. Henderson's going to drop back. He's going to throw the bubble screen to Hodges. Hodges slips a tackle, and he's going to be brought down. Great job by number 7, Ricky Thomas, holding on for dear life before the rest of the Buccaneers got there.
Well, the Buccaneers are applying the pressure. They've been doing it for the past 3 plays in a row, which lets me know that they definitely trust their secondary.
Henderson's going to drop back, looking to his right. He has a man incomplete, intended for number 14, Josh Hodges. Great coverage there from the Bucs. 2nd down and call it 8.
And as I mentioned before, the secondary of the Buccaneers hasn't been doing a bad job so far in this first half.
Outside of that coverage bust early in the first quarter,
yes,
they've done an admirable job trying to contain this Trinity Valley offense. We've got 3rd down and 8. Ball on the 21-yard line. 12:06 remaining here in the quarter. And Henderson's going to hand it off to Banks, and Banks is going to be stopped quickly by number 95, Ben Gonzalo, freshman from Dulles High School, and that should bring out the Trinity Valley kicking unit here for what appears to be a 36-yard field goal, if my math is correct. It didn't have to be algebra, so I'm pretty sure I'm right there.
Yes, sir, and that's going to be number 42, Dylan Springer for the Cardinals. And we saw him warming up before the game started, so it looks like he's probably going to hit this one with no problems.
And 11:27 remaining here. The snap is back. The kick is up, and it is good. With 11:21 remaining here in the first half, the Cardinals have regained the lead. Our score now, Trinity Valley 17, the Blinn Buccaneers 14.
Well, yeah, guys, Blinn defense, I mean, the old adage, bend don't break. They did not give up a touchdown. It's much better. I'll take the field goal over the touchdown, so they were able to buckle down once they got in the red zone.
Well, they went out there, kind of sooner than what they expected. But, yeah, as you mentioned, that's a great job there by the defense for giving up only 3 instead of 7.
Yes, sir.
Here with 11:21 remaining here in the second quarter.
Absolutely. That's the thing for the Bucs they have to remember. The best thing is keep these guys out of the end zone. 7 is always better than 3. At least that's what my math teacher used to tell me.
Well, they found themselves down 14-0 early on in this ball game, but now we have our score 17-14 in favor of the Cardinals. So they're definitely within striking distance. That's always a good thing.
Absolutely, and we have time for another scoring update. This time it's coming from the Big 12.
Okay.
UT-USC in Los Angeles. Our score is 0-0 with 11:30 remaining in the first quarter. Baylor fell to Duke 34-20 in Durham, North Carolina early this afternoon. They fell to 0-3. Oklahoma is ahead of Tulane by a score of 35-14. Kansas State and Vanderbilt are deadlocked at 7 apiece, and Texas Tech and Arizona State is in a weather delay.
What time is that Louisville and Clemson game coming up?
It should be starting right now. I don't know if we can get a television in here or something, or, I don't know. Mike, Mr. Prince, can we work something out? Can somebody help us out here? That's going to be a great ball game.
Well, you said before, Alex, it's all about Buccaneer football for this broadcast.
I mean, but
unfortunately.
I can be sidetracked at times. If anybody has a cable provider or the Watch ESPN app, please help me out with your cable information. I won't run it up too high. And they're going to take, Corey Smith is going to have it at the 20-yard line. He's going to bring it across. He's going to be down at the 35-yard line. Great field position for the Bucs.
He carried about 5 defenders with him, about 7 yards for point of contact.
You can tell he's been working out hard on the squat rack in the weight room.
Coaches always tell you keep your feet moving.
Absolutely. He kept them chugging. And so the Bucs will have great field position Ball on the 36-yard line. 11-13 remaining here in the first half. The Buccaneers trail by a score of 17-14 to the Trinity Valley Community College Cardinals.
Don't be surprised if they go with the big man, Carlos Grace, here on first down.
4 wide receivers set, 2 to each side. Grace offset to the left. They're going to hand it off to Carlos Grace. Grace is going to slip a tackle. He's going to keep his feet moving. He's going to have a short gain, but he worked for every single yard there, and we have some extra whistles, and it appears as if we have, I think it's 12 on the field.
Too many men on the field.
And a penalty like that should go against the if it was against the Buccaneers, they probably would have stopped the play beforehand.
Yeah, it's going to be against the Cardinals, too many men on the field.
And so that's going to give the Buccaneers a free 5.
I'll take it anywhere I can get it.
Absolutely. Ain't nothing wrong with a handout.
You know, I mentioned it before. They went with Carlos Grace again on that first down. I understand that he's your man, but you definitely don't want to get predictable here in this game.
Absolutely. They're going to stay in that same formation. Carlos Grace offset to the right. Williams going to drop back looking to his right. Pass is going to be complete to number 5, Quentin Newton. And he's going to be near a first down. 10:47 remaining here. And, my God, Christmas came early.
What do we have here?
Hey, I got a slogan for you, Mr. Henry.
Mobius Pizza is here. Oh,
we got a slogan for you.
I can smell heaven in a box. And we're going to throw it deep. Pass is going to be incomplete, and we have a flag. It's going to be pass interference. And I must say myself, there's a guy down here in the Blinn side of the field who has I don't understand how he got a penalty flag. I guess he went to Dick's and
he bought his own penalty flag. He uses it anytime the refs don't use it.
And that is going to be, the Buccaneers going to get a free 15 yards.
And what did I say earlier? I can take it any way I can get it.
Amen, my
Shada.
Hey, man, the Temple of Refuge Church hasn't started yet. That's tomorrow at 9.
I'll be a Shabia hot.
Hey, man, don't be playing like that. And we're just having fun here with the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Williams' pass is going to be incomplete to Carrick Whitfall. It got away from him there. That's going to bring up second down and 10 for the Buccaneers. 10:24 remaining here in the second quarter. And don't forget, everybody, at halftime, Mr. AARP himself, King Senior Citizen, will be on for the halftime show. Carlos Grace with the handoff. He's going to have it around the right side on the inside zone. He's going to drag a tackler with him.
Yes, sir. And speaking of Mr. Prince, he will be at halftime with Coach Mader of the Blinn Buccaneers.
Mader or Nader?
Mader.
Mader. Okay, I thought you said Nader as in Ralph Nader. And Carlos Grace has some. Grace 35 to the 20, down to the 15. Move the sticks. First down, Buccaneers.
Well, maybe I spoke too early, Alex. There's a reason why they go with Carlos Grace. The reason why he had 31 carries last week against Navarro.
Let him tote the rock, and the Bucs are going to go fast here. And they're going to hand it off to Carlos Grace again, and he's going to slip a tackle, but not before he is eventually brought down by number 33 for the Cardinals, Tevin McAdams, and we have a injured player down on the field.
Looks like Bo Morris, number 75.
And well, while we have a second here, guys, the thing is about number 24, Carlos Grace, his ability to make the first guy miss. You know, that's the one thing we always see here. Anytime he gets the ball, he always spins off one tackle. His ability to make the first guy miss is very deep. We should definitely note that here.
Absolutely. And I think this is the time to thank our underwriters, sponsors, and our supporters. Mr.
Yes, sir. Definitely want to make you aware the next home broadcast will be the 30th, September 30th, next home broadcast. So be sure to check us out on obn-radio. And also, again, we just had our pizza delivered. So we got to give props to Mobius Pizza, Henry and Robert at Mobius Pizza. Thank you for the delivery. It smells great. So all you listening,
it does smell great.
Please patronize Mobius Pizza right here in Brenham.
It does smell great. We still got 9:46 remaining here in the second quarter.
I tell you what.
We still got 9:46.
If you hear me smacking and sucking my teeth,
you know what time it is.
Please forgive us.
I mean, please forgive me. I mean, at this point, I'm not asking for permission. I'm asking for forgiveness.
There you go. Broadcasters got to eat too, right?
Absolutely. So, and again, that appears to be number 75 down for the Bucs, Bo Morris.
Yes, sir. And as we mentioned before, with 9:46 remaining here in the second quarter, the Buccaneers find themselves down by 3, 17-14 to be exact, but they also find themselves just about 15 yards away from the end zone.
Sure. So while the trainers are tending to Bo Morris, definitely look how do we end up in this position, guys? Andre.
Yeah, yes, sir. Well, it all started with the first touchdown by number 4, Khalil Banks of the Cardinals in the first quarter. It was a 1-yard touchdown at the 11:57 mark, as well as a 20-yard touchdown by number 84, Braden Quebeca, in the first quarter at the 7:23 mark. And then for the Buccaneers, it was all Buccaneers here so far, especially here in the second quarter. 40-yard touchdown by number 8, DeAndre Reed. That was at the 6:18 mark, as well as a 2-yard run by number 22, Quintonio Williams, at the 1:28 mark in the first quarter.
Awesome. Well, it looks as though Bo Morris is up, and the crowd is applauding his efforts. And again, we're going to resume play. So, Alex, what do you have thus far?
Second down, we're going to call it 12, but we're going to definitely get an update on Bo Morris's condition if it becomes available. We'll pass that along to you, ladies and gentlemen. With the play about to resume, the Bucs have trips to the left. Carlos Grace offset to Williams' left. They're going to hand it off to Carlos Grace. Grace is going to spin out of a tackle.
Wow.
And he's going to spin out of another one. Wow. He looks like
I said it, guys. I said it. He's a very shifty running back. It is hard to bring him down on the first tackle.
I mean, you can take him down in a phone booth in the middle of New York City. He is just slippery.
There was 3 guys there in the middle trying to bring him down, and he spun off of all 3.
I mean, I don't know if he just doused himself in baby oil before the contest. I don't know what happened, but that brother is tough to bring down. Williams is going to drop back. He's looking to the end zone. A little bit of hand fighting there. Pass going to be incomplete, intended for number 1, Carrick Whitfall, number 23, Cassius Grady on the coverage.
Well, that was man-to-man coverage on that last play, and it appears that Williams just threw it up there and to try to let his man come down with it and make a play.
Absolutely. So the Buccaneers will bring their field goal unit out on to the field to attempt to knock this ball game back up at 17 apiece. 8:59 remaining here in the half. Alex Goodwin, Andre Davis, Kendall Cobb, the senior citizen, Mike Prince. This is the Open Mic Broadcast Network. The snap is back. The kick is up, and it is, as the Spanish and Spain say, bien.
Did you say senior citizen?
Huh?
Did you say senior citizen?
Well, he is. I mean, what I'm saying is factual here.
Well, you guys know this, but I'm actually older than him.
But we like it. We like you. But we like you, Mr. Cobb.
Yeah, you all right with us, though, Mr. Cobb. It's all good. As we're all tied at 17 with 8:54 remaining, and we can definitely say that we have a bonbonner on our hands here today, guys.
Absolutely. Like I said, that clock operator is going to be a busy man this evening. And, Andre, who did you say was going to be on the halftime show?
It will be Coach Madar, the volleyball coach of the Blinn Buccaneers. He will be at the halftime report along with our guy, our man, the senior citizen, as you just said. That's your words, not mine. Dr. Mike Prince.
I mean, you say it all the time when he's not here. Don't act funny now.
No, do I really?
Oh. Now you don't know. I'm talking about myself.
You're on the island, sir.
Yeah. Well, it's all 11 games here in the sport in the world of broadcasting.
Right.
Rah.
And Buckley will kick it off for the Buccaneers. Back deep for the Cardinals will be number 4, Khalil Banks, number 14, John. Getting our score knotted up at 17 apiece. The kick is away. Hodges will take it at his own 1-yard line. He's going to go around the right side. He has a bit of running room, and he's going to get stood up.
Yeah, the hole just definitely closed up for him there on that last play.
Absolutely. 8:45 remaining here in the contest. We're tied at 17 apiece, ladies and gentlemen. Alex Goodwin, Andre Davis.
Yes, sir, and we all are tied at 17 with 8:45. Still a lot of football left here in the second quarter. Definitely not one.
I was going to say, wait a minute. How did that happen? How did that happen?
I'm watching another football game. I don't know what y'all looking at.
Yeah, I was going to say, sir, you need these binoculars. And the Cardinals are back on the field. They have trips to the right. They're going to hand it off to number 25, Reese. Reese is going to be brought down by the big fella, the future Buckeye, number 4, Antoine Jackson. That's going to bring up 2nd down and 9. Andre.
Yes, sir. He definitely had no running room on that last play. And you would think that when you got the big guy there on the opposite side, you would try to run the opposite way of him.
Absolutely. TVCC is going to have a empty backfield. Williams back to pass, and the big man bats it down, doing his best J.J. Watt impersonation. And so that will bring up 3rd down and 9 for Trinity Valley.
Well, the offensive line tried to go with the cut block on that last play, but it definitely did not. It did not work the way that they thought it would.
The big man said, "No, sir, I do my box jumps in the workout." And TVCC's back to pass. Whoa! They have pressure. They're going to set up a screen. It's going to go to Reese. Reese is going to be brought down short. Fumble, and the ball is still loose. And we have a scramble for it.
Waiting to get the signal.
Waiting to get the signal here. And there's a massive humanity down there. The referees are going to sort it out. They're better people than me. And the Bucks have it.
Wow. And, I can attest to being under that power. You may have got under the ball, under that power, but, anything happens.
Exactly. By the time
anything happens in that power.
Absolutely. I'm not going to lie to you. One time, I dang near got accosted at the bottom of that power. I wanted to call the police.
Things happen on that power we can't even speak of.
Absolutely.
That you can't see from up here.
People lose their dignity under that power.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, my God. So the way so that was a great defense.
You like your eyes?
That was a great defensive stop there by the Blinn Buccaneers. And that was a great stop there, and they brought their offense back out on the field as we're all tied at 17.
You're sweating there? And the Buccaneers are going to come out with trips to the right, a tight end to the near side. Williams offset. Williams going to roll to his right, feeling some pressure. He's going to throw it.
Oh! Right out of his fingertips.
Pass intended for number 1, Carrick Whitfall. He had it, but until he didn't.
That was a great job there by Williams, throwing on the run. That's not an easy thing to do as a quarterback.
And he had pressure coming down from the backside, so he was able to get rid of it right before contact.
Absolutely. It's going to be 2nd down and 10 for the Bucs. Going to stay in that same formation. Ships to the right, tight end to the near side. Williams dropping back, looking. He's going to feel the pressure. He's going to step up in the pocket. And he's just going to get what he can and get down.
Well, Williams is definitely starting to notice the pressure of the Cardinals' defense. That time, he did not hesitate. I think he dropped back for like 2 seconds, then he decided to take off with it and just get what he can pick up.
I think there may have been a design quarterback run there, but I'm not too sure the pressure got there that quickly.
It may be because he only took 2 seconds and he took off and ran with it.
Absolutely. They're going to go with a full wide set, 2 to each side. Carrick Whitfall is the man on the bottom of the numbers on the far side of the field. And they're going to adjust Quantonio Williams offset to Devin Williams' right. Williams is going to drop back to pass. He's going to roll to his right. Looking, has nothing there. And pass is going to be incomplete.
Well, he had all day to throw the ball on that last play. Typically, when you do have all day, you were wanting to see a complete pass, but you can definitely credit that to the secondary of the Cardinals.
And the Buccaneers are at a weird spot on the football because it's too deep for your kicker to try to attempt a field goal here. But you're
well beyond the 50-yard line for the other team.
Absolutely. So at this point, even if you do go for it and you don't get it, the field position is not a big field position flip, and we have whistles, and it appears as if the Blinn Buccaneers are going to take a timeout. And it's a great time to thank our underwriters, our sponsors, and our supporters. Mr. Kendall Cobb, it's all yours.
Well, I'll tell you what, this game has given us more and more. And speaking of underwriters, Burgers, fencing, landscaping, and more can be reached at 281-253-2923. Also, Temple of Refuge Ministries. You mentioned tomorrow morning's 9 a.m. service. So go check out Temple of Refuge Ministries at 9 a.m., located at 45372 Old Highway 290.
I think I know the pastor.
And get your worship on.
Yes, sir. And we also want to take this time to remind all of our listeners that Mr. Mike Prince will be with us at halftime. He will be visiting Coach Mader, the head volleyball coach of the Blinn Buccaneers, as the teams come back out. And as mentioned, it is going to be 4th down for the Buccaneers. And if they decide to go for it, which it looks like they are, it's not a bad decision because your defense has been playing well, and you can definitely tell that they have quite a bit of confidence in their defense.
Yeah, defense has stepped up and shown that they are able to make stops now. So I'm not against this decision at all.
Absolutely. The Buccaneers have 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side. Williams drops back to pass. The pass is going to be complete to number 80, Camden Robinson. It appears as if he has enough to move those sticks for a big Blinn Buccaneer first down. Ooh, alliteration.
And that was a great job. A great call there by Coach. Great job for trusting the arm of Williams on that last play.
Williams is going to hand it off to Quantonio Williams. Williams is going to slip a tackle, and he's going to be brought down, but not after a gain of about 4 yards. The Buccaneers are threatening here with 6:42 remaining here in the half. 17 all is our score, and flags fly. And this appears to be in the neighborhood of false start.
Well, the Buccaneers
I'm wrong here, and I'm glad I am. That'll be an illegal substitution against Trinity Valley, and so that will back them up 5 yards.
I said it before, and I'll say it again. I will take it anyway.
Think about these penalties like Twig, ladies and gentlemen. You take it when you can get it. And the Bucs are going to have, it's going to be second down, and it's going to be first. That'll give the Bucs enough yardage for a first down and 10. Ball on the 11-yard line. They're going to hand it up to Quantonio Williams, and he's going to get swarmed. And that'll bring up second down and 10. It's as if we have a player down.
Yes, sir, we do. When you find yourself close to your own goal line, at this point you have to bring in the big man, the guy who's been doing the grunt work for you. Number 24, Carlos Grace.
Absolutely, and the player down appears to be number, is that 97?
Not sure there. Well, he's up on his feet. 27.
That's number 27.
Yes, sir.
It's going to be Jack Letchman.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Sophomore from the transfer from southeastern Louisiana. And they're going to assist him off the field. And so the Bucs have a player down as well. I don't know. I don't know if they're retaping his ankle or.
Yeah, I believe they were just retaping his ankle. But that's so far been with two injuries in this ball game. And as we mentioned it before, I said the theme of this ball game is physicality, and that just comes with the territory.
It's gonna get physical. And the Bucs are going to come out with trips to the right, second down and 11, tight end to the near side. Ball on the right hash, going from left to right on the dial. Handoff. Williams is going to keep it on the zone read, and he's going to get topped by number 8, Brandon Floyd, and that will bring up third down and 10.
You know, that definitely wasn't a bad read there by Williams. The secondary just closed in on him before he had any room to work with.
Absolutely. Third and 11 for the Buccaneers. 17 apiece. 17-17 is our score. Alex Goodwin, Andre Davis, Kendra Cobb, Mr. AARP, Mike Prince. This is the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
It's Dr. Dre to you.
Whatever. Trips to the right. Williams going to drop back to pass. He's looking. He's going to just try to make something out of nothing. Williams to the 5, and he's going to be near a first down. I don't think he quite got there. It's going to depend on the spot.
Yes, and that was a great job there by Williams. Didn't try to force it. It looked like for a minute he was going to decide not to run and try to get something, but he decided to take off and run with it. Great job there by Williams on that last play.
It's going to be fourth down and 2 here for the Buccaneers. Interesting decision time for Coach Ryan Mahon. This is the point where even if, like, you go with a hard count, if you can get him to jump if you can, maybe then send out your kicking unit. And they're going to hand it up to Quantonio Williams.
Nice.
It's going to depend on the spot.
Well, we know
and the ball is out. Oh.
No, they're ruling that he was down. They're definitely going to say he was down. But depending on the spot, he definitely had enough for the first down. Wasn't quite in the end zone. And, yes, they went for it there on 4th and 1. They went for it about 3 plays ago on 4th and 10. So, definitely no reason why they shouldn't have went for it on their last play, and they did just that.
They got enough for the first down. Apparently, they're going to send in their heavy unit, number 38 linebacker, John Milligan, in at fullback, and they're going to hand it off to Quantonio Williams, and Williams is going to be brought down behind the line. And we've we have flags flying after the play. Not sure what this one is about. I didn't see anything worthy of a yellow flag. But, and it appears we have Kerrick Woodfall clapping, so it appears personal foul,
yes,
or unsportsmanlike conduct against Trinity Valley, and that's going to move. That's not going to really move. The ball's going to be half the distance to the goal.
Well, that's already 2 penalties for the Cardinals on this particular drive, and again, I would take it anyway. I can get it.
Carlos Grace is back in the backfield for the Bucks. Sean Milligan is the fullback. And first down and goal. 4:25 remaining here. Bucks are going to take Bucks are going to take the lead here for the second time this evening. And Grace has it. Grace is going to get into the end zone for a Buccaneer touchdown with 4:13 remaining here in the half. The bell cow for the Blinn Buccaneers gives them a 23-17 lead. Andre.
The momentum has definitely swung in the favor of the Blinn Buccaneers here in this ball game with 4:13 remaining.
And Buckley is attempting to tack on the extra point. Boyd to hold. The snap is back. The kick is up, and it is good. Be in.
And I guess they were just giving Carlos Grace a breather there for a second. I was wondering once they got inside the 20 if they was going to bring him in the ball game, but once they got to the goal line, they decided to bring him in there and let him punch it in for the Buccaneers.
But they did show confidence in Quantonio Williams leading up to that point. There was a 4th down play that he had to make the first, and he did so without Grace being out there. So and that's great confidence.
And Quantonio Williams definitely has a touchdown of his own in this ball game, so we definitely can see why they have as much confidence in them as they do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, again, guys, back to the boxing analogy, we're going back and forth with this one, so let's see who's going to land the last punch when this is all said and done, because Blinn start out slowly, come back, now lead 24-17.
Absolutely. And speaking of boxing, there are a few teams in the ACC throwing some haymakers of their own. Clemson and Louisville. The score is 7-7 with 11:57 remaining in the second quarter of play. The game is on ABC. Again, can somebody text us, send a tweet to the Open Mic Broadcast Network with your information for the Watch ESPN app? It's free. My dad just won't give me his, the DirecTV password. So I'm asking you, our great listeners, to just please help me out. Be a blessing.
I had to beg for mine.
Speaking of listeners, remember, you all can become support our program. Go to www.obn-radio.com, or you can call 832-213-8824 and become a listening partner.
Absolutely. The Buccaneers are back on to the field to kick it away to the Cardinals. Hodges and Banks are back deep, standing at their own 8-yard line. Buckley to kick it away. Alex Goodwin, Andre Davis, Mr. Kendall Cobb, the old man, Mike Prince. This is the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
The old man.
Absolutely.
Old man by the sea.
With the graveyard tattoo now, kid.
And the kick is away, and Banks will take it at his 5-yard line. And he's going to run to his right. He's going to cut back up the middle and hit his own man, and he's going to be brought down. Well, it's going to take the Bucs just a minute to bring him down.
And as a running back, you hate that. It's enough you already got to deal with the defenders from the other team, but to run into your own man, you definitely hate that as a running back.
Absolutely. So the Cardinals going to have the ball with pretty good field position as they try to knock this ball game back up.
With 4:02 remaining here in the second quarter, the Cardinals find themselves down by a touchdown. It's a wanted to know that they're going to try to go fast. They went with the hurry-up offense in that first quarter. We're going to see if they're going to keep that up here in the second quarter with 4:02 remaining.
Yeah, 68 yards to go. So let's see what they have in store for the Buccaneer defense.
As Henderson dropped back to pass, and he has a man, and that pass is incomplete. Number 19, that's going to be Tristan Wallace, the guy from University of Oregon, the intended receiver on that play.
And it'll be second down and 10. 2 wide receivers to each side, running back offset to Henderson's left. And they're going to hand it off to Banks, and Banks is going to have about 5 or 6 yards before he's brought down by number 23, Jarek Petrie, and that will bring up a 3rd down and 4 for the Cardinals. 3:43 remaining here in the half. The Buccaneers lead 24-7. It's 24-17. Excuse me.
And y'all talk about me.
Players messed up too. It'll be 3rd down and 5. They have trips to the right, one right receiver down to the far side of the field. Bucks showing blitz, and Henderson's going to keep it, and he's going to be brought down short of the line to gain 4th down. And I'd just like to note the Buccaneers have outscored the Cardinals 24-3 in the last 17. Correct?
Yes, well, the Cardinals haven't been able to get anything through the air. -1 blown opportunity in the first quarter of the Buccaneers. The Cardinals haven't had much success through the air so far in this ball game.
Absolutely. Number 12, Sakori Smith is back deep for the Buccaneers. He's standing at his own 28-yard line. The kick is away, and it appears Smith is going to take it, and he's going to muff the punt. He's going to be able to pick it up not before he swung down by number 21, Blake Daniels, and I thought he should have just fair caught that bad boy.
Well,
thankfully the Bucks avoided disaster.
Well, you practice this in practice as a punt returner, but that's one thing that you have to deal with. Not only you have to focus on the ball, you got to worry about defenders coming down at you 100 miles per hour. You have to be able to maintain your focus and catch the ball. He just wasn't able to do it on that last play.
And that's a tough job.
It's a very tough job.
I wouldn't wish that job on my worst enemy.
I've been a punt returner, and I've muffed plenty of punts. It is not an easy job to do.
God, I had a joke. I'm not going to make it. The Bucks are going to come out with trips to the right. Carrick Whitfall to the near side. Carlos Grace offset to Devin Williams' right. They're going to hand it off to great fake. They're going to swing it out to number 5, Quentin Newton. Newton has some space, and he's going to be brought down.
That was an excellent fake on that last play. It had you fooled as a broadcaster.
Oh, you had me fooled.
And we got a bird's eye view up here.
That's how you know it was a doggone good fake. The Bucks don't have enough to move the sticks. They're going to go with trips to the right. Williams drops back, looking to his right, looking, and he's just going to throw that one onto the sideline.
Well, we definitely have seen some discipline by Williams. You know, there have been times where he didn't throw it away. This time he did throw it away. Great job by Williams to recognize the pressure that's coming to him and just get rid of that one.
Absolutely. And that's the difference between what he was doing last week. He was just throwing it up in the coverage with a hope and a prayer. And they're going to hand it off to Carlos Grace. Grace is going to have a short gain, nothing doing there. Right down by a flock of Cardinals. And we've got more flags flying here. Like I said, it's getting a little bit chippy this week.
It is getting a little bit chippy. You know, they went with the play action fake 2 plays in a row. This time they decided to hand it off to him. He only picked up 2 yards on the play, but as you mentioned, we do have some more yellow flags on the field.
We're going to check with our officials, and it's going to be unsportsmanlike against Trinity Valley, and that'll give the Bucks a free 15 yards. And our good friend here on the Blinn sideline is waving his own yellow flag, courtesy of Dick's Sporting Goods.
Well, speaking of flags, you know, penalties has definitely been costly for TVCC so far in this first half. And so far, the Blinn Buccaneers have been able to capitalize on every single one of them.
And 1st down and 10 for the Buccaneers, ball at the 48-yard line, 1:52 remaining here in the half. Williams drops back, looking to his right, looking. Pass complete to Quentin Newton. Newton makes the tackle. Some real estate. Makes a man miss, makes a second miss. And the ball, he's down.
Oh, my goodness.
Ball came out, and, man, I'm going to tell you one thing. That brother should check his ankles. I hope he's got insurance on those.
My goodness, he made me miss, and I'm up here broadcasting the game with you.
Absolutely.
And I couldn't tell where he was going. That was a great job there on that last play.
The Buccaneers are going to have 1st down and 10, 1:40 remaining here. The Bucks threatening, ball on the 29-yard line. We have some whistles, and it appears as if we have a timeout on the field for Trinity Valley. They need to regroup, talk some things over, have a bit of a summit on their side of the field. And I think it is time for a shout-out from our sponsors, supporters, and our underwriters.
Thank you, Alex. Again, the Buccaneers are trying to put on some insurance
Score. So, speaking of insurance, Farmers Insurance Agency can be contacted at 979-826-3026 if you ask for LaTanya Chapel, and she can help you out with your insurance needs. Also, we want to give another shout out to Mobius Pizzeria and Cafe for bringing us lunch, and also you too can take part and go visit Mobius here in Brenham. Reach him at 979-251-9955.
And I tell you what, we're going to indulge in some Mobius after the final minute and 31 seconds of this half. And I promise you, I brought my appetite.
Yes, sir. And while we still have a minute, Dr. Mike Prince will be with us at halftime. He will be visiting Coach Mader, the head volleyball coach of the Blinn Buccaneers. We are excited to have her up here in the broadcasting booth with us. Andre Davis, Alex Goodwin, Kendall Cobb, right here on the Open Mic Broadcast
Got about the senior
Network.
citizen, Mike Prince. And Grace is going to have the carry. He's going to have about 2 or 3 yards before he's brought down. And, again, ladies and gentlemen, thankfully the sun is starting to set here in Brenham, Texas.
I still haven't felt the breeze.
I mean,
Where's the breeze y'all been talking about?
A little something.
Is it here, Mr. Cobb?
No, it's been sparing.
We can open the door, open the window. I'm not sure. It's going to be second. 8 of 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side. Antonio Williams to Devin Williams is left. 59 seconds remaining here in the half. Cardinals showing blitz. They're going to bring the blitz. Williams drops back deep. He has a man incomplete.
That was number 5, Quinn Newton, the intended receiver on that last play. And Newton is a guy that Williams went to quite often last week against Navarro as he finished the game with 90 reception yards and a touchdown of his own in that last win against Navarro.
Third down, and we're going to call it 8. 50 seconds remaining here in the half. Williams takes the snap. He's going to hand it up to Antonio Williams. Antonio Williams has about 3 or 4 yards. 45 seconds remaining here in the half. And there's going to be a timeout here on the field taken by Trinity Valley. That will stop the clock with 40.7 seconds remaining here in the half.
And guys, number 24, Carlos Grace, has quite a bit of fan base in this ball game right below us.
And he brought
mama, daddy, uncle, cousins.
No, at this point,
the entire family.
You know what he brought? He brought Nim. That's what he brought. At a certain point, that's just Nim. N-E-M, Nim.
Not them, Nim.
Just Nim.
I'm Nim. Cousin Nim.
Well, with 40 seconds remaining, the Buccaneers find themselves leading by a score of 24-17. And again, we do want to let our listeners know that Dr. Mike Prince will be at halftime interviewing Coach Mader, the head volleyball coach of the Blinn Buccaneers.
Absolutely. So the Bucs will send their field goal unit out onto the field to try to make this a 10-point lead here as they go into halftime. Buckley the kicker. Boyd will be the holder. The snapper, number 67.
It will be number 67, Joseph Becerra.
I was looking at the wrong sheet for a second.
It's all good. That you say. Players mess up.
Becerra's out
All
of
the
San
time.
Antonio Marshall.
And we're awaiting the whistle so we can resume play.
It has been all Blinn Buccaneers so far here in the second quarter. Trinity Valley came in here as the number 3 ranked team, but as you say, that's why you still have to go out there and play the game.
Absolutely, and I'm not sure quite what's going on. I think they're adjusting the clock, I believe.
If they told them to put, I guess, what was it, 1 second?
0.4
seconds
back onto the clock.
I guess every millisecond count, doesn't it?
It does. So we're waiting the resumption of play. There we go. My mother's English teacher. great verb tense there. And
well, thank you, Mrs. Goodwin.
Hey, man.
No, I'm saying thank you. I'm giving a shout out to Mrs. Goodwin for teaching you that early on.
I was about to say, you're not trying to be disrespectful, are you? We're having fun here at the Open Mic Broadcast
Yes, sir.
Network, and we have whistles so we can resume play. 41.3 seconds remaining here on the clock. Boyd the holder, Buckley to kick, Becerra the snapper. Snap is back. The kick is up. And
oh! Wow. And that is going to be number 24, Prince Robinson.
And they blew it dead. And I'm not sure why number 6. I'm not sure why number 6, Pat Peake, is still running, because they blew it dead long ago. And the referees are standing back at the 30-yard. I'm like, bruh, where you going?
Well, number 24, Prince Robinson, came in nearly unblocked on that last play.
And, see, those are things that will make a coach pull your hair out because, you know, special teams are extremely important to the football game, offense, defense, and special teams. The special teams, those are things that special teams give it and take it away. And so far in tonight's ball game, special teams is only taken away.
Well, with 34 seconds remaining, as the Cardinals find themselves down 24-17, we're definitely going to see if they're going to try to go fast here on this particular drive.
And they're going to have 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side, running back offset to the right. Henderson's going to go for a spread-out pass to his right. Pass is going to be complete to number 88, Torrin Justice.
It appears that the Cardinals are going to try to work the sidelines here on this drive.
They have 28.6 seconds remaining. Twins to each side. Banks offset to Henderson's right. Henderson dropping back, looking to his right. Pass is going to be complete again to Justice. They're going to, like you said, Andre, they're going to attempt to work the sideline. They're going to have enough for a first down. 23 seconds remaining here in the half. And like I said, if they're going to work the sideline, you have to know they're running this. They're setting this up to try to maybe run a decoy play and then go long. 4 wide receivers to each side. Henderson's going to drop back, looking. There's pressure coming. He's going to avoid the pressure. He's looking. He's going to have to make something out of nothing here. And he's going to get across the 50 before he's brought down. 13 seconds on the clock.
Wow.
Even though the Bucs weren't able to get home, they at least were able to run 15 seconds off the clock there.
Well, that was a great job there by Henderson to keep that last play alive. He should have been brought down in the backfield. He was able to shed one defender and keep this drive open for the Cardinals.
And, again, the Cardinals going to stay in that same set. The Buccaneers with 3 down linemen, 2 linebackers, and 6 defensive backs on the field. 13.1 seconds remaining here. Henderson making some adjustments. Buck showing blitz. Henderson drops back, looking to his right. He's going to swing it out to Banks. Incomplete. And that will stop the clock. 8.9 seconds remaining.
Well, he just put a little bit too much mustard on that last throw, but at the same time, it appears that Banks was in a pretty good position to catch the ball. Just didn't come down with it.
Absolutely, but
Elegant arms. I mean, the defenders were coming, and Banks did not fully stretch out to retrieve that ball.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better myself. Trinity Valley has trips to the right, wide receiver to the near side. Ball on the left hash. He drops back, looking. Nothing there. He's going to throw it to number 4, Banks. Banks is going to get out of bounds, and there is going to be the clock has expired.
Wow.
And that, apparently that is not the end of the first quarter. I think they're going to put maybe a second or 2 back onto the game clock.
And seconds are very valuable in the sport of football. As Henderson was kind of flushed out of the pocket on that last play, he was able to complete that pass for the Cardinals.
And they're going to put at least 1 second back on to the game clock. And remember, everybody, at halftime, the old man,
yes,
Mike
sir.
Prince, will be doing the halftime show. He'll be interviewing the Blinn volleyball coach, Coach Mader.
Yes, sir. The head volleyball coach for the Blinn Buccaneers, as the Buccaneers are pretty much in the prevent defense. This is something you see on Madden.
And Henderson's going to drop back, look, pressure coming, going to roll. Looking for a man. The pass is going to be incomplete.
Nearly picked off.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, that will conclude our first half of play. The Blinn Buccaneers fell down early by a score of 14-0. They have outscored the Cardinals 24-3 in the last 17 minutes of game action. Mr. Open Mic Broadcast Network, the senior citizen, Mr. AARP.
He's here.
Himself.
He's here
for the.
I know I felt the wind coming.
He is here for the But I say, Mike Prince is here for the Mobius halftime show. And speaking of Mobius, it's time to eat.
It's time to eat. Did you guys miss me at all?
Hold on, I got one question. Where's your walker? He's been calling you old man this whole time. Where is the walker?
Look, I'm getting it back from your pop because I let his pop use it to ball.
Oh, wow. I think I may have opened the door for that. I'm sorry.
He tried it, but it's all right.
Hey, we are at halftime here. Blinn on top of Trinity Valley Cardinals by the score of 24-17. A lot of exciting action going on throughout this first half. To play another strong performance by Mr. Carlos Grace himself. They got the pizza at hand, the Mobius Cafe and Pizza halftime report. You guys go ahead and get started, and we'll get started. Boy, they grabbed it and gone already. As we get ready here for our halftime report, as we get ready and set for our interview with the head volleyball coach, Coach Mader, as she is all mic'd up and ready to go. And, Coach, welcome to the Open Mic Broadcast Network, and introduce yourself to the listeners and those about in Buccaneer Country.
I'm Coach Kaylee Mader, and I'm here, the head coach at Blinn. So that's all I got for you.
Yeah, that's all you got. Well, that's enough because your ladies come off a big sweep against Laredo over this past week, and your rankings are steady climbing throughout the nation. A strong program at Blinn, and like I say all the time, when you're going the JUCO route, everything's accelerated. It's all about moving fast. I don't have time to try to train. You got to have a clue of what you're doing and explain the type of offensive and defensive sets you try to go for here.
You know, for me, it's almost the most important thing is that I have kids that will listen and be disciplined. Because if you can do those two things, then we can accelerate everything that we're doing pretty quickly. If you're not very disciplined and you're not willing to listen, then it's a lot harder. Offensively, you know, we try to play to our strengths each night, and that always depends on who we're playing.
But depending on who you're playing, and also depend on the moods of the student athletes sometimes. Because trust me, I got a young volleyball player myself, and I tip my hat to you because when you're dealing with young ladies, they're just as competitive. That's what a lot of people miss. They think, they're just a bunch of girls, but these girls are vicious when it comes to competition. Yes. Region 14, a lot of people not real up on it. Region 14 is one of the toughest sports conferences to be in. I don't care if it's JUCO, Division 1, 2, 3, or whatever. It is a tough division to compete in.
Without a doubt. At the beginning of the season, we had more than 6 teams ranked nationally from Region 14 alone. So that's a big deal. And I think they're still...
Yes, still 5, and you're being a little modest right now because you guys been creeping up.
We have. Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, don't be ashamed. Go ahead. This is why you're here.
I'm very proud of the girls. You know, we were not ranked going into the season, as other teams were, and so it's fun to climb that ladder just every day and see how far we can make it.
Right, coming off 2 big wins against Warden and Laredo. Who's next in the paths of the Buccaneers?
San Jack, our rival San Jack.
Oh, my. It doesn't get, for those who don't understand a San Jack Blinn rival, it's equivalent to a Boston Red Sox, New York Yankees, St. Louis Cardinals, Chicago Cubs, Dallas Cowboys, and whoever. Yes. It is just a heated rival. And so you got a tall order for you. What's going to be some of the keys for you guys to come out successful?
You know, we got to take care of the ball, and we have to make the most of each opportunity that they give us. You know, they have some big kids. They have a 6'3" right side that we're going to have to take care of. And then they have a pretty good little setter. So we have to make sure that we take care of the ball on our side and execute.
It's halftime here in Brenham, Texas. Blinn Buccaneers on top of the Trinity Valley Cardinals by the score 24-17. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. We have been joined, if you don't mind me saying, by the lovely head coach, Coach Mader of the Lady Bucks here. Bucks on a good roll right now. Things are rolling up. They're getting ready for San Jack. Now, every now and then, I'm pretty sure just like all the other programs, you guys have walk-ins. Do you ever walk-ons that attempt to try? Mm-hmm. Do you ever find those diamonds in the rough that you can say, I don't know where you've been and how you got through, but you're welcome to come here?
You know, for sure. I think sometimes those kids are the ones that turn the corner for you, you know, really give you the depth you need or surprise you. And can make your season because everyone's going to be competing for the same kids that are, you know, well-known or well-publicized. And if you can find a couple diamonds in the rough, then that's a big deal.
Now, do you have a certain area that you've had more success than others when you're doing your recruiting?
Oh, not really. I've had success in all places, and then I've had some failures in all places. So we try to cast a wide net. We have kids from Austin. We have kids from Houston. We have kids from the Victoria area. We have kids from Hawaii. We have kids from Puerto Rico. So we're kind of all over the place.
Very diverse group.
We are.
And that's always good. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, for sure. But 10 of our 13 are from Texas, so we're always looking in the backyard.
That's always a good thing, too. I got an old theory. If you got a need, try Texas first. And if you can't find it in Texas, then you go somewhere else. But it's a plethora of athletes to choose from. Now, I want to ask you this question. I usually ask all of my volleyball coaches this, and everyone is different, believe it or not. How much emphasis do you put on club volleyball participation?
Oh, that's a tough one. You know,
that's why I asked it.
Yeah. I think that club volleyball, for a lot of kids, puts them so far ahead of the game. And for us, that's a step up. That's a step in the right direction. We don't have a lot of time with you, so if you are playing for a good club and a good coach and you're learning every day, then that's a good thing. But I also know some bad habits you can get. So it just depends on where you're willing to prioritize your time and if you have the money and the means to make it happen. But I wouldn't say that not all my kids played club volleyball. So
okay. So if you had to put I heard you clearly that sometimes those that are playing in the right environment, they do come out ahead of the system.
Yes, for sure.
Would it be Dianese? Because some parents feel the pressure. Let's be honest. There are economic challenges
for sure.
For a lot of them.
Sure.
And if you're in a good program or a decent program, how much emphasis would I personally have my choice, and I'll respond after that. Is it necessary to play club volleyball or get a good trainer to help that player develop?
Oh, I'm going to say club volleyball.
Okay.
There's nothing more important than being able to handle game-like situations, in my opinion. You know, I see kids that are good in practice every single day, but practice is not going to win us a championship, that's for sure. So we got to be able to perform on the court. Well,
speaking of championships, your young ladies did quite well last year trying to repeat and get some things done. A lot of people don't know. We're in the midst of should I say, splendor right now, ladies and gentlemen. She's being very modest right now, but just give them how long you've been here and the success you've had since you've been here.
This is my third season at Blinn. My first season, we finished 7th in the nation.
Let's pause right there. Let that marinate for a second. You see, she's trying to slip under the radar here. Third year number 1, you finished 7th in the nation. Okay, we got that going in. Go to the next one.
You know, last year we struggled a little bit late. 3 of our starters had concussions that lasted over 4 weeks, so we ended up not finishing as high as we'd like to. So this is why it's so important that now, this third year, we're climbing back into the rankings. So we're hoping to match that 7th in the nation or
better.
Or better.
Now, with that being said, 3 is always a critical year for coaches because by then you've gotten acclimated to the ways of the local natives, if you will.
For sure.
And then your system starts taking its look on what it's going to be.
Sure.
So is it safe to ask, or have you put more pressure on yourself for this year than the prior 2 years?
I don't think so. I think that it feels a little bit less. I don't know if that makes sense, but my kids are so happy. This is the happiest year we've ever had, and it's very refreshing. They work really, really hard. And when you have a good group of human beings who work really hard every day in the gym, it makes your job so much better. So much better.
Well, that's speaking of so much better. We're talking right now with Coach Mater, the head volleyball coach of the Lady Bucks from blinn-college in Brenham, Texas. Got some couple of big wins, conference. On San Jack. Will that be home or on the road?
We're on the road. Our first conference road match, so it's going to be a tough one.
It's going to be a tough one, and your game is scheduled for Tuesdays and Thursdays?
We play Tuesday and Friday.
Tuesday and Friday. Okay, baseball was Tuesdays and Thursdays or something like that. I get so confused. They call me the old man for a reason. So, look, Coach, we are so thankful for you to come here and grace us with your presence. Want to give you the closing words, thoughts, and comments on this segment here as we're at halftime now. As I might say, the Mobius Cafe Pizzeria halftime report featuring Blinn Buccaneer Sports. It's on you, Coach.
No, I just want to say thank you for having us, and thank you for your support for blinn-college.
Oh, no problem at all. And don't be a stranger. We have a program called The Dig that we feature at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And, of course, you being a volleyball coach, you understand that The Dig means we're strictly talking about volleyball.
Awesome.
And we do happen to talk about Southwest Athletic Conference. And we believe in giving the young ladies just as much airtime as these young men, because they're working just as hard.
For sure.
And we would love to incorporate you into that weekly conversation piece. We could set that up with the SID, and we'll make sure we get some information before you get out of here, and we'd love to have you part of that program.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you for having me.
All right, thank you so much, Coach Madar. We're at halftime. Blinn Buccaneers on top of the Trinity Valley Cardinals by the score of 24-17. We are going to transition real quickly and get ready to go for some scores and updates throughout our other football conference play. Starting off within the Southwestern Athletic Conference, the Prairie View A&M University Panthers on the road taking on Nicholls State. And we're going to give you a little update right now. It's not looking too favorable for Prairie View at the moment, but before we get to Prairie View, Southern is losing to University of Texas at San Antonio by the score of 51-7 with 1 minute and 53 seconds, or 1 minute 50 seconds remaining in the third quarter of play. As we continue to look forward here, we have West Virginia over Delaware State by the score of 59-16. We have Texas A&M was victorious earlier over University of Louisiana Lafayette by the score of 45-21. We're going to get Prairie View in just a second here. Purdue was all over Missouri in the SEC Big Ten play. Purdue victorious by a score of 35-3. And we have coming up now, trying to get the Prairie View Panthers football score here. We'll get that for you in just a moment. Meanwhile, we're at halftime here in Brenham, Texas. Blinn on top 24-17 here at halftime. Carlos Grace, another strong performance here in the first half of play. And more than likely, he's headed to another strong and productive night. As the Panthers score, we're going to try to see if Andre got a score and update for me here. I'm trying to look for the Panthers in Prairie View and Nicholls State away in Thibodaux, Louisiana right now. As the Panthers were having it rough. Last score we had was 31-7. Panthers were down just going into the third quarter. We'll get that scored to momentarily here to you. Also want to remind you that today's broadcast being made possible by Bush's Chicken, located on Highway 36 in Brenham, Texas. Also, we cannot forget our good friend Henry and Barbara at Mobius Cafe and Pizzeria. They have provided the halftime meal as well as an underwriter and supporter. Thanking all of those who help support our local and regional high school and collegiate coverage. Don't forget that we will be having the Coach Mahan show that we brought to you on Monday. As we get ready for that, we'll have also Coach Willie Simmons of the Prairie View A&M University Panthers. We'll have Coach Mike London, who Richmond Spiders, his alma mater, were victorious over his Howard Bison on today, 68-3, I believe that score was. And we'll hear from Coach Kenneth Carter of the Delaware State Hornets. Still trying to dig up that Prairie View update as we are here halftime with the Blinn Buccaneers on top of the Trinity Valley Cardinals by the score of 24-17. Meanwhile, we got a baseball update. The Cubs on top of the Cardinals 4-1 in MLB action, getting ready for that playoff stretch run down the backside. Guys, you got anything for me on this summary of this first half?
Yes, sir, Mike. And before we get into that, I know you're looking for the score of the Panthers, and we do have that score for you. It has been a rough game for them so far as they found themselves down by the score of 41-6 at the start of the fourth quarter. So definitely a rough game for the Panthers.
Well, we will have the 1876 sports wrap. It probably won't be as detailed, but we will go there at the conclusion of this Buccaneer game.
Yes, sir.
We'll get things settled and rearranged and adjust. Strong performance so far by Mr. Grace again for the Buccaneers.
Yes, it's definitely been a strong performance so far, and that's why I said this at the beginning of the game. People like to come in and say, well, this team is ranked this number, and this team is ranked this number. The Trinity Valley Community College was ranked number 3 coming in. The Blinn Buccaneers was ranked at number 14, but that's why you play the game.
Say what?
That's why you play the game. The Buccaneers find themselves up, even though it's only by 1 touchdown, but they find themselves up by 24-17, and majority of the momentum has been of the Buccaneers, specifically in that the second quarter.
Well, next you'll tell me that we play to win the game.
We do play to win the game. We don't just play to play, not at this level. At this level, you don't just play to play, you play to win. These guys are here, and they're trying to move on to the next level, so there definitely is no time to waste. There is no hand-holding at this stage in the game.
So the Bucs had a strong second quarter.
Yes, sir.
As they were trailing at 1.14-0.
Yes, sir.
Outscoring the Cardinals in that second quarter alone, if I'm not mistaken, it was 21-3.
Yes, sir.
In that second quarter. And right now, 2 players that are standing out right now, of course, on the outside, on the offensive side, Carlos Grace doing his thing. And on the defensive side, that man again, Mr. 4.
Yes, sir.
A.J. Deuce.
He
is a force to be reckoned with. And some strong things. Sure, Coach Mahan getting his guys regroup and recharge. And speaking of regroup and recharge, how did that Mobius pizza hit you at halftime?
Oh, my goodness. It hit me like a freight train. I tell you, for a minute, I forgot that we still had another whole half to go in this broadcast. They say when you get some good food, you know what's next after that.
Did Henry leave?
No, sir. He is still here.
Okay, we got to get Henry in here.
Yes, sir.
See if we can get Henry in here to get it. We're at halftime right now at the Mobius Cafe Pizzeria halftime report, brought to you, of course, by Mobius Pizza, located in Brenham, Texas, off of Old Highway 290 with the big coffee mug. They got the trifecta working. Best pizzeria in town, best cafe in town, and the best coffee shop in town. Talking his language, we got my brother getting mic'd up. The brother from another mother, Brother Henry. How you doing, my friend?
Hey, Dr. Pizza is in the house.
Dr. Pizza and radio guy making one heck of a combination.
I'm in the house tonight.
Hey, just like you came on time with the pizza, the Blinn Buccaneers will come on time with a halftime lead. It's 24-17. I know you just got here.
Good game, good pizza.
Yeah, good game, good pizza, good company. What more could you ask for, right?
And it's great weather.
Yes, sir. The weather has absolutely gotten superb. It's not that humidity that we have just dealt with. Sun's gone down. The night lights are shining bright here in Brenham, Texas. It's been a week, man, but let me tell you something. It's still good pizza.
Did they save you any?
Well, they've been here where they're going to be walking or something.
Because this guy's been smacking his lips just like eating, just going left and right.
Well, they got it going in. And, look, we want to thank you guys so much. Once again, you do more than just pizza. We talk about the pizza, but quickly give the people a glimpse of your menu that you have at Mobius Pizza.
Well, we open up at 7 in the morning. So, obviously, we got to do some breakfast. We got to do some good breakfast. So we did win best breakfast in town.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And it's you think egg is an egg, but the way you cook it, the way the ingredients you put in it, the spices you put in it, the way you present it on the plate, what you put with them on the plate, makes it a dish.
And don't forget the love that goes with it.
Always put some love into that thing.
You got to put some love into it.
So we start off with breakfast in the morning. We do a golly, we won best coffee shop. So you know we do the lattes, we do the mochiatas, we do, oh, goodness gracious.
See, I'm just an old, simple, regular Joe guy. Just give me a cup of coffee, 2 creams, no sugar,
you gotta
I'm ready to go.
Expand, man.
I got to expand?
Yeah.
But if I expand, I start to expand. So I can't really go that way, can I?
You know what? I was just black coffee myself until I got involved. And, you know, there's a dozen and a half, 2-3 dozen types of drinks.
So you're telling me a coffee bean is not a coffee bean?
Oh my gosh! You got to put some love into that.
You got to put some love in that coffee bean.
Absolutely.
So all coffee is not created equal.
Absolutely, and we sell the best. We won the best coffee shop in town.
Wow!
You know, we put the love in it.
Well, you got the love in
Absolutely.
it, so I can get my breakfast on. I can get my Joe on.
Absolutely.
We got to talk about this pizza, right?
Oh, God.
What did you bring for us this week? I hadn't seen it. They took the box and ran out of here. What did you bring us this week?
We brought Chicago-style pizza. And we have one that's called Lots of Meat, and guess what? It's got lots of meat on it. You know?
I had to fight Alex last week on the pizza, man. I had to fight. I say, here, man, here's some little money. You go ahead on. I'm taking a pizza with me. So we got it. I
love it.
We're at halftime right now. We got my brother from another mother, Brother Henry, from Mobius Cafe and Pizzeria. Now, I'm just going to bring this out. Did I exaggerate to you at all, sir? Was it what I told you? We're going to be definitely fun, friendly, entertaining.
You know,
I
am having a blast.
Yes, sir.
You know, and I enjoy talking to you guys. It's just a blessing.
Yes, sir.
Good company.
Yes, sir.
I mean, there's nowhere else I'd rather be, you know, on a Saturday night at what, 8:45? 8:50, than right here in this room with you guys.
Well, I tell you what, with them guys, because they got to get back to work. And I'm about to enjoy some of this Mobius pizza.
Maybe they left us some.
If they did, they had to left some. Or we're going to do a stomach pump. We're going to do a stomach pump or something. They're going to have to give it back up or something.
Oh, my goodness.
Brother Henry, thank you so much. We're at halftime.
Always a pleasure.
Yes, sir. A pleasure as well. The Mobius Cafe and Pizzeria halftime report of Lynn Buccaneer football right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. A match made in heaven. And speaking of a match made in heaven, Blinn trying to hold on for this second half to make sure that they continue with this lead as we're ready to get this second half on the way. Guys, come on in. You got to put the pizza down, and you got to come back. I know you keep hanging on. You got to let Mobius take a break. You say you don't want to leave it alone, but you got to. You got to. Okay? You guys getting mic'd up. Make sure you wipe your mouth. We don't need any pizza sauce. How you feeling, Dre?
I feel great, Mike. I feel great. I feel great about this game so far. Like I said, majority of the momentum has been in the hands of the Blinn Buccaneers, specifically in that second quarter as they find themselves up by 1 touchdown, 24-17 to be exact.
Well, guys, it's been a great first half. You guys are doing a superb job. You guys had a chance to go and get that Mobius. It's about time for me to give this mic up.
Ain't no more left.
It ain't no more left. Well, maybe I can just sniff the box or something and get full until we get up out of here. Want to thank you guys so much again for joining us here with the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Halftime almost coming to conclusion here as we get ready for the second half of play. Bucks on top, 24-17. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. Now back to Mr. Alex Goodwin, Andre Davis, and Kendall Cobb.
The Bucks going to hand out to Carlos Grace. Grace is going to fumble it. Thankfully fallen on by quarterback Devin Williams. First down. That'll make it second down and 15. The Bucks are thankfully able to avoid disaster there on their first play from scrimmage here in the half. 14:30 remaining here in the third quarter. Grace is going to have it. He's going to bring it around the right side. He's going to have a short gain. Third down, and they're going to call it long. We're going to call it long because I just can't quite see how far away that is. So, Bucks going to say with that 4 wide receiver set to the inside, Grace offset to Williams' right. He's going to take the snap. He's going to drive back, looking to his right, looking, pressure coming. He's going to avoid the pressure.
Wow.
He's going to run up the middle. He's going to have the first down a little bit more, and he's going to be down near the 50-yard line.
And that's what he does best, guys. Devin Williams, that's what he does best. He takes it and runs with it. He didn't say anything open down the field, didn't try to force anything. Great job there by Williams.
Like I said, making $1 out of 15 cents.
In that case, more than $1.
And Williams is going to drop back, looking, has nothing there. He was looking for the bubble screen initially, well covered by Trinity Valley, and that's going to bring up second down. Great play, smart decision by
you can tell
Williams.
you can tell that coach has definitely talked to Williams after last week when he tried to force it quite often. He's definitely been throwing the ball away so far in this game, not trying to force anything. Didn't see anything open downfield, just threw it away.
Absolutely. Live to fight another day. Williams going to hand it off to Carlos Grace. Grace is going to go around the left side, gets a block, gets another one, and he's going to be out of bounds after a gain of about 7 yards.
You can credit that run to the right guard and the right tackle of the Buccaneers. They pulled to the left on that last play. They created some room for Grace so he can pick up a nice chunk of yards on that play.
3rd down and 2 for the guys in blue. Williams going to hand it off to Carlos Grace. Grace is going to have nothing there. He's going to get stood up. And it's going to bring up 4th down for the Buccaneers.
The Cardinals definitely anticipated the run by Grace on that last play as they met him at the line of scrimmage, and that was a great stop there by the defense of the Cardinals.
And so that will bring up 4th down for the Buccaneers. Number 24, Prince Robinson, is back deep for Trinity Valley. Buckley on to punt it away for the Bucks. And that should have been running into the kicker there, and Prince Robinson's going to field it at his 9-yard line. He's going to run backwards, and he's going to be brought down at about his 3-yard line. Great special teams play made by number 31, Eugene Shorter. And
that's what I call paying for one way or the other.
Amen.
They didn't get the flag on this play, but they found themselves inside their own 5-yard line to start this drive.
Absolutely. 12:36 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Alex Goodwin, Andre Davis, Mr. Kendall Cobb, and the senior citizen Mike Prince here with you. And he's eating all the Mobius pizza. I'm not really too happy about that. But, I must digress. I have a job to do.
Who let him get the pizza? Did you let him get
No, he took it while I was talking. I was doing my job, and he just snuck in there like a burglar that he is.
The thief in the night, huh?
Yes.
My goodness. Well, here we go.
We're going to do something about that a little bit later. Just you wait. The Cardinals going to come out with a 4-wide receiver set, trips to the right. Williams standing in the shadow of his own end zone, and he can hand it off to Khalil Banks, and Banks is going to have about 3 or 4 before he is spun down. And as I said, number 33, Jared Young.
And as I said before, Banks is a big running back, 6'2", 215 pounds. It has been taking more than one defender to bring him down so far in this game.
Absolutely. 2nd down and 5 for the Bucks. It's going to be a fake, and before he's going to slip a tackle.
More than
slips a 2nd tackle, and he's going to have enough for a Cardinal 1st down.
Well, there's that physicality that we talked about in the first half in this ball game, and we saw it right there in that last run by Henderson.
Absolutely. That's going to move the sticks for the Cardinals. 1st down and they have twins down to the right. Ball on the left hash. Cardinals going from left to right. He's back deep. Pass is away. Pass going to fall incomplete. Great coverage there for the Buccaneers from number 28, Malik Robinson. That's going to bring up 2nd down. And the thing was, that's a great recovery from Robinson because the intended receiver, number 19, Tristan Wallace, Oregon transfer, he had a step on him.
Yes, he did. And I said this before, great job by the secondary of the Blinn Buccaneers. The Cardinals haven't had much success through the air so far in this game.
Absolutely. It's going to bring up 2nd down, and they're going to call it 10. Henderson drops back to pass, looking to his right. The pass is going to be caught by number 7, Cam Williams, brought down by a host of Buccaneers. 3rd down and 1 for Trinity Valley. 24-17 is our score. Ladies and gents, Alex Goodwin, Andre Davis, Mike Prince, and Mr. Kendall Cobb are here with you. This is the Open Mic Broadcast Network. The Bucs showing blitz here, and Henderson is going to take it around the left side. He's going to spin, and he looks to be short of the line to gain. It's going to depend on the spot.
Looked like he may have got it, Alex. I don't know. Yes, he did. And they're going to say he got the first down. So that was a great job there by Henderson to pick up the first down and keep this drive open for the Cardinals.
Absolutely. They're going to stay in that full wide-out set. 2 receivers to each side. They're going to throw a quick screen pass to Tony.
Wow,
he's going to get smoked. Great play made there by number 26, Chris Toombs, for the Buccaneers.
And he just came into position. He was just coming into position, sniffed that play out, and made a threw it for a loss. Great play.
Absolutely. 2nd down and 12 for Trinity Valley. Ball on the 31-yard line. Henderson back to pass. He got some pressure. Pass is going to be complete to number 7.
And you can
pass complete to number 7, Cam Williams. He pushed off on number 28.
You can definitely
Robinson.
You can definitely say that he got away with a push off on that last play. But as you said before, referees can't call it off.
Absolutely. They're going to go fast. You're going to hand it off to Khalil Banks. Banks is going to break a tackle.
And again,
brought down, gain of 5 for Trinity Valley.
And again, he was met at the line of scrimmage, but because he's such a big running back, it's taking a whole lot more to bring him down.
Absolutely. Henderson has 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side. Banks to his right. And he's going to pass is going to be thrown incomplete to number 7, Cam Williams. And he's hurt. The hit was made by number 7, Ricky Thomas.
He stuck that helmet right in his rib cage. I have had that happen before as a player. It is not a good feeling. I almost feel that it's just you got the wind knocked out of you, that you can't breathe. He's definitely shaking up on this play.
Absolutely. So we have a quick break in the action. I think it is an appropriate time to thank our sponsors, underwriters, and our supporters. Mr. Kendall Cobb, take it away.
Again, thanks to Mobius Pizza. You guys are chomped down on it. Dr. Prince is eating something now. We want to thank them, but we also want to make you guys aware, hey, we have some home cooking going on here at Cubs Stadium. Remember, there's Bush's Chicken here in Brenham. Also has some home cooking. You can reach them at 979-836-1804.
Absolutely. I was going to say, ladies and gentlemen, I've had Bush's Chicken, the best. That just means the best. In Washington County.
It appears that Williams is okay, as again, he just probably got shaken up on the play. He just got the wind knocked out of him. And as a wide receiver, that's one thing you got to deal with when you're running across the middle.
Trinity Valley comes out with 3 wide receivers. Going to send a man in motion. Blinn's going to play dump and run coverage. And bringing pressure. Pass is going to be complete to number 2, Tyreek Barnes.
And that was pressure that Henderson didn't really see coming. It was coming from his backside. And still a great job for him to get that ball off.
Trinity Valley's going to go with 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side. Running back offset to Jalen Henderson's left. Blinn playing 5 yards off. They're going to hand it off to Banks. Banks is going to have about 5 or 6 yards before he is brought down. It's going to make it 2nd down and 3 for Trinity Valley.
And it appears that the Cardinals are moving the ball with no problem so far in this particular drive, as we have about 9-10 remaining here in the third quarter.
Henderson to bring a man in motion, going to drop back, play fake. Pass is going to be complete to number 88, Justice. And Henderson threw that ball on a rope.
He did. Yes, sir, he did. And that wasn't a bad coverage there by, I believe that was number 23, Jerry Petrie on that play. That was just a great catch there.
And they're going to throw another pass in the direction of number 88, Justice. And flags fly. This appears to be against the Buccaneers. 12 men on the field.
Well, they went with the same play, 2 plays in a row. I don't know if you want to call it that boldness by the Cardinals or just their confidence building up on this drive.
Absolutely. So that's going to the referee's going to mark off 5 yards for Trinity Valley. 1st down and 5 for the Cardinals. Henderson takes the snap, going to hand it off to Banks. Banks has some running room, has some space, and 10 on the 5, touchdown. Trinity Valley with 8:51 remaining here in the third quarter of play. Trinity Valley looks to knot this bad boy up at 24 apiece. The extra point upcoming.
Well, that hole was wide open on that last play for Banks. It was so wide open, I think Mike Prince could have ran through that hole. And he hasn't played football in over 30 years.
You're being really kind at this point, Andre. I don't think the senior citizen could have ran through that hole.
I'm telling you, that hole was as clear as daylight.
The snap is back. The kick is up, and it is good. With 8:51 remaining here in the quarter, the game is all knotted up at 24 apiece. And like I said earlier in the evening, this is going to be like a boxing match. Triple G and Canelo are on tonight. Again, if you have anybody pay-per-view, anything like that I can use,
no,
like that. Anybody stream the fight on Facebook or Periscope, please let me know.
I don't think nobody has it, but I just want to see that fight as well. When the Cardinals found themselves down 24-17 the start of the third quarter, they did exactly what they were supposed to do. They stopped them on offense, and they got their offense out on the field, and they were able to score fairly quickly with 8:51 still remaining here in the third quarter.
And, gentlemen, didn't they drive the length of the field? Weren't they back at the
yes, sir. They were back inside of their own 5-yard line, 3-yard line to be exact, as Alex just mentioned. So that was definitely a great job there by the Cardinals offense.
So the Bucs going to look to retake the lead, throw an uppercut of their own here, and retake the lead. And, like I said, a football game like this is going to be ups and downs, peaks and valleys. The key thing is what team manages those ups and downs and those peaks and valleys the best. That's the team that only wins the ball game.
Absolutely.
This might come down to who has the ball last.
It may come down to who has the ball last. And I wanted to mention that before their first game, when they just won by 50 points, both of these teams came in scoring the same amount of points, around 27 points a game. As we already find ourselves in the third quarter, and both teams have 24. That lets me know that both teams definitely have some high-power offenses. So it's definitely going to come down to who has the ball last.
The Cardinals have teed it up, and they're ready to kick it off. Jones, and I believe that also is number 30. Excuse me, we apologize for those technical difficulties there. We apologize for the technical difficulties briefly there, ladies and gentlemen. Number 34, Jones, on the carry for the Buccaneers. He's going to have the ball at his own 30-yard line. That's where the Bucs will have possession.
Now, there you go. That's okay. Now, if I'm the Blinn Buccaneers, I definitely want to see them start mixing some things up. We already know that you got Carlos Grace. He's your guy. You've been going to him so far in the first half and even so far here in the third quarter, but you definitely want to be predictable. I mentioned this earlier, so try to mix some things up to kind of keep the defense on their heels here in the third quarter.
Absolutely. The Buccaneers are going to come out with a split backfield. 2 wide receivers flank the quarterback, Devin Williams. Twins are to the right. Carrick Whitfall is the receiver on the near side. Ball is on the left hash. Trinity Valley is showing blitz. Corners are playing press coverage. They're going to hand off to Carlos Grace around the left side. Grace is going to slip a tackle, but he is going to be brought down behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of about 2 yards. 2nd down and 12.
Well, it appears that the Buccaneers are going with the theme of we trust in Grace as they went with him yet again on that first down attempt. This time it did not work out for him as he lost yards on that last play.
At a certain point, you kind of have to you have to do what got you here. You kind of have to do what got you here. 2nd down and about 15. He's going to hand it up to Carlos Grace. Carlos Grace has to finish across the 30 to the 35 to the 40. He's brought down at the 45-yard line. First down, Carlos Grace and the Blinn Buccaneers.
Well, maybe I spoke too soon. As he's Carlos Grace to pick up a nice chunk of yards for the Buccaneers to move the chains.
Trips to the right. Carrick Whitfall is the receiver on the near side. Ball on the left hash. We're going to look. Pass going to be thrown to Carrick Whitfall. It will be complete. Gain of about 5 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down and 5 for the guys in blue.
That was a great catch there by Whitfall. That was an even great close-up tackle by number 23, Cassius Grady on that play.
And, wow, another fumble on the exchange from the Buccaneers. Again, near disaster the Bucks are shooting themselves in the foot here early in the half. 7:24 remaining here in the third quarter. Our game is tied at 24 apiece. 3rd down and 7 for the Buccaneers. Trips to the right. Kerrick Whitfall, the receiver, on the near side. Ball is on the left hash. Carlos Grace offset to Williams' left. Williams is going to take the snap, looking to his right. He's going to throw it to number 8, DeAndre Reed. Reed has some space, and Reed's going to spin. He's going to be near a 1st down.
Wow.
He's going to be. They're going to mark him about 2 yards short of the line to gain, and the Buck offense is going to stay on the field here. And this may be the time, you could go with a hard count, or maybe pooch punt it. Williams is going to take the snap. He's going to look for number 1, Kerrick Whitfall. Pass is going to be incomplete.
Well, minus the pass interference call that they were hoping for, that was a bad read there by the quarterback, as Whitfall was not in man coverage there. He threw that one in double coverage on that last play.
And, that's the read the young quarterback makes. He comes out there, and I think he decided where he was going to go with that football before the ball was
snapped.
Because
he didn't scan the field whatsoever. Like you mentioned, he already knew who he was going for. He was hoping that Whitfall would be open on that slant route, and he wasn't on that last play. And because of it, the Cardinals will have a fresh set of downs to work with.
Trinity Valley's going to have the football on the 48-yard line. They come out with twins to each side. Running back offset to the right, ball on the right hash. Henderson's going to keep it on the zone read. He's going to have about 4 yards where he's brought down right up before Antoine Jackson.
Even though he only picked up 3 yards on that play, that wasn't a bad read there by Henderson. He decided to pull it and then hand it off. A great job there by Henderson.
That'll bring up 2nd down and 5. Same formation. They're going to hand it off to 22 Daniels. Daniels has a little bit of space across the 40 to the 35, down at the 33-yard line. And it appears as if the Cardinal offensive line is starting to make a little bit of headway here.
Yes.
That Blinn Buccaneer front.
Yes, I was going to say that the Blinn Buccaneer front is not getting enough push up front.
1st down and 10. 5:50 remaining here in the third. Blinn showing blitz. They're going to hand it off to Reese. Wow. Reese is going to crease the Buccaneer defense before he is cut down by number 30, Giovanni Moore. And that'll bring up 1st down and 10 for the Bucks need to call a timeout.
Yeah, well, he was there. He just didn't make the tackle. That was number 40, Cooper, on that last play.
They're going to Henderson's going to keep it. He's going to go around the right side, slips a tackle, slips a 2nd tackle, and he's going to be brought down at inside the 15-yard line.
So we have flags on the play.
And these might be in the area of holding. If they're behind the play, most times they're holding.
Well, the Buccaneers are not wrapping up 2 plays in a row. Too many missed tackles. You cannot do that at this stage of the game.
And that is going to be holding against Trinity Valley. Back them up 10 yards. That'll make it 2nd down. That'll make it 1st and 20, if my calculations are correct.
There's a reason why we're not math majors. That wasn't a slug, by the way.
I know. I understand. Listen, I never pretend to be a mathematician. I'm a political scientist for a reason. And that'll make it 1st and 20. Look at my math. And the Cardinals going to come out with trips to the left. 1 wide receiver down on to the near side. Ball is on the right hash. Henderson drops back. He has a man. His pass is going to be incomplete. Intended for number 80, Reginald Braggs. With 2nd and 20. And we have an injured Buck.
Yes, we do, and the defenders were there on that last play. He still had the opportunity to catch the ball. It just bounced off his shoulder pass.
Absolutely, and that appears to be number 40. That's number 40 for the Buccaneers, Jalen Cooper, sophomore from Spring, Texas.
And guys, another player down in this ball game. We mentioned physicality, as you mentioned punches. You've been referring to boxing analogies this entire ball game. As we have another injured player down. This has definitely been a physical ball game.
And at some point, this ball game may come down to even more so than who can win what defense can get off the field, what guy on offense can make a play. This game may come down to the war of attrition.
Well,
there you go.
There's been injured players on both teams. This game may come down to who's ever left.
Absolutely. And I think we have a little bit of time on our hands to thank our underwriter sponsors and our supporters. Mr. Kendall Cobb, it's all yours.
We have that very much to have that time. I would like to thank Auto Check and Auto Repair. Steve will pick you up, pick up your vehicle, and leave with a 2016 Toyota while he diagnoses your problem. They're located at 1539 Cypress Springs Drive in Cypress, Texas. You can reach them at 281-440-1188. Auto Check and Auto Repair. Additionally, Farmers Insurance Agency. You can reach LaTanya Chapel at 979-826-3026. And also, I want to remind our listeners that you can always contribute to our cause at www.obn-radio.com or reach us at 832-213-8824.
Yes, sir. If you would like to become a listening partner, again, you can visit our website, as you mentioned, www.obnradio.com. We have been serving community since 2002, serving the community through faith and athletics. We are the voice of student athletics.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Second down and 20 for Trinity Valley. 5:15 remaining here in the third quarter. Alex Wilbur, Andre Davis, Mr. Kendall Cobb, and the senior citizen himself, Mr. Mike Prince.
Dr. Dre to you.
You keep saying,
Dr. Dre.
I got to give him a call here. Henderson's going to drop back. They're going to throw a quick screen to Justice, and Justice is going to be wrapped up. Leading the charge for the Buccaneers is number 7, Ricky Thomas, and that's going to bring up third down and about 15 for Trinity Valley. And the Bucs are at a good spot here because they can potentially prevent Trinity Valley from getting yards here. They can possibly force a field goal attempt.
And even though it was on the second down, it's interesting to see if they went with a short route on that last play.
Trinity Valley comes out with trips to the left, one wide receiver to the right, ball on the right hash. Henderson looking deep. He has a man. The pass is going to be incomplete.
Well, that's my answer. They went with a short route on second and long because they knew they was going to air it on third and long, and they did just that, but it was incomplete.
And we have flags down, flags fly. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to check the penalty in just a moment.
And
there's going to be offsetting penalties against both teams, so it will be 4th down and 15 for Trinity Valley. Ball is on the 28-yard line. TVCC will send out their kicking unit.
Yes, sir, Ray Charles. They will send out their kicking unit. And that's going to be number 42, Dylan Springer.
4:28 remaining here in the third. The holder for TVCC is number 9, the quarterback, Jalen Henderson. The snap is back. The kick is up, and it is going to be blocked. Blocked by the big man, number 4, Antoine Jackson. And Trinity Valley threatens to score, but the big man said not so fast. So with 4:24 remaining here in the third quarter, our score remains deadlocked at 24 apiece.
And speaking of the big man, Antoine Jackson Jr., the commit to Ohio State, we're going to be speaking with him at our post-game show.
Oh, will we now?
Yes, we will. We will be speaking with Antoine Jackson Jr. for our post-game show. Again, you can listen to all that right here on Give 'em Mike Broadcast Network. So a great stop there by the Buccaneers defense as we are all tied at 24 with 4:24 remaining. Offense comes back out on the field for this particular drive.
Williams going to take the snap, hand it off to Carlos Grace. Carlos Grace is around the right side. Grace has a little bit of real estate, makes a man miss, makes a second miss, and he is eventually going to be brought down. It's going to be a short gain. He had some space, but he didn't get up the field there.
Yeah, he tried to stretch that one just a little bit too far. A lot of times on those stretch runs, sometimes you got to try to just find a little bit of crease, just a little bit of room, and then just get what you can get.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better myself. Second down and 8 for the Bucs. Williams dropping back, looking to his right. Pass is going to be complete to number 1, Carrick Whitball. And it's going to be third down and call it 4. We're going to call it 4.
Well, if you're the Buccaneers, you don't have to go fast. It's a tie ball game, 3:42 remaining. Work the clock and just move the ball.
We're going to come out in that same 4 wide receiver set, 2 to each side. Quantonia Williams to Devin Williams' left. Ball is on the right hash. 3:29 remaining here in the third quarter of play. Cardinals showing blitz. Pass is going to be incomplete. No. Dangerous throw by Devin Williams. Could have been intercepted.
And not only did they show blitz, they bought the house on that last play. He really only had literally 2 seconds to get rid of that one. And as you mentioned, that pass could have been easily picked off.
Buckley will be on to punt it away to number 1, Tony Mullins, for the Cardinals. Again, special teams is going to be critical here. The Buccaneers had a punt blocked earlier that was recovered by TVCC at the 1-yard line that they cashed in on for a touchdown on the very next play. This is going to be a crucial play here. Punt is away, end over end kick. Mullins tracking it. The ball is going to hit at the 30-yard line. It's going to go out of bounds at the 20. So with 3:12 remaining here in the third quarter, that's where Trinity Valley will start. That's where they will have possession of the football here as the third quarter winds down. And while we have a brief break in the action, I think it's time for Alex's score update around the country. So, my Texas Longhorns are only down by 7 points to the number 4 team in the country, the USC Trojans. It's only halftime, folks. We could blow this. Prairie View fell to Nicholls State by a score of 44-13. Jesus. A disappointing showing from the Panthers this evening, to say the least. Alabama wins 41-23 against Colorado State, and Ohio State triumphs this evening over Army by a score of 38-7. We're going to give you a Clemson-Louisville score momentarily once it becomes available to us. Henderson's pass is going to be complete to number 84, Braden Kubeka. Man, look at it on the sheet.
It's Kubeka.
I don't want to mess up anybody's name. That's an important
Absolutely.
name.
You definitely do not want to mess up anybody's name.
Listening. And Trinity Valley is going to go fast here. Really nearly a disaster. They're going to hand it off to Banks. Banks is going to be stood up by a wall of blue uniforms. And I guess the football came loose.
I think they're going to say he was down. Then they're going to say he was down on that play. Unfortunately, definitely unfortunately, but they're still
Trinity Valley is going to live to fight another day.
Yes, they will.
Substitutions are going to be made by the Buccaneers in the secondary.
That was a great stop there by the Buccaneers to force third down. This team is not great on third downs. Let's see if they can get a stop here.
2:20 remaining here in the third. Trips to the left. Ball is on the middle hash. Going to swing it out to Khalil Banks. Khalil Banks around the right side. Banks going to have enough for a first down and a little bit more. See, and that's the play right there that Blinn had to be ready for. They just threw a simple swing pass, and he had blockers out in front of him. He was able to do enough to be able to move the sticks for a Cardinal first down. 2 minutes remaining here in the quarter, and TVCC has the ball on the 31-yard line. Henderson's going to drop back. He's going to throw it to Banks on the wheel route pass. He had it in his hands. It's going to be knocked away by number 27, Betts. Great defensive play by the Buccaneers. That'll make it second down and 10.
Yes, sir. And the secondary has done an exceptional job here in this ball game. They definitely have bailed them out on some huge plays, specifically here in the third quarter, and then we saw that again on that last play.
Trinity Valley is going to have 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side. Got handed off to Khalil Banks. Khalil Banks is going to go up the middle, has a little bit of real estate there. And he's going to have about 7 or 8 yards before he is brought down. He's going to be 2 yards short of the line to gain. Against Trinity Valley, they're going to go fast. And Henderson's going to pull it. He's going to have the first down. He's going to run out of bounds.
And it appears that the Cardinals are going to rely heavily on Khalil as well as Henderson for the duration of this ball game.
I couldn't have said it better myself. First and 10 for Trinity Valley. Ball is on the 43-yard line. Alex Goodwood, Andre Davis Mr. Kendall Cobb and Grandpa Mike Prince here with you. This is the Open Mic Broadcast Network. They're going to come out in a pistol, sit there and throw a quick swing pass to Hodges on the left side. He's going to be chased out of bounds by number 3, Dominique Harrison. Well, second down and 5.
Well, he couldn't have got those yards without the block of number 7, Cam Williams, on that last play to create some room for him there on the left side.
Henderson's going to drop back on the play. They're going to throw it to Hodges again. Hodges makes the defender miss, makes the second miss to the 40, down to the 35, where he's run out of bounds by Harrison. And the Buccaneer defense started to show a little bit of fatigue here with 38.8 seconds remaining here in the third quarter.
Well, they're showing some fatigue, and a great job by the Cardinals to mix some things up. They're going to play action fake on one play and then hand it off the very next play.
Henderson can take the snap, hand it off to number 15, Alfonso Thomas.
Exactly, dude.
SMU transfer.
Yes.
I think this was the first time we've called his name this evening.
Yes.
He's going to have about 5 or 6 yards. You're going to set them up with good field position. 14 seconds remaining here in the quarter. And this looks to be the final play of the third. And it takes the snap, looking to his right. Pass is going to be complete to number 84, Braden Kubeka. And we have .9 seconds here in the third. But we have flags down. And
yes.
This looks to be going against Trinity Valley. I'm not quite sure what the call was.
Yes. It will go against
at least 5 yards.
Yes, it will go against Trinity Valley. The Buccaneers catch a little bit of a break, if you will. Maybe that last penalty will somehow stop the momentum of the Cardinals on this drive.
9.9 seconds remaining here in the quarter. Second down and 10 for Henderson and Trinity Valley. They got to come out with 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side. Ball is on the left hash. Trinity Valley is going from left to right on the dial. Thomas is offset to Henderson's left, and that will conclude the third quarter of play. We're going to the fourth here. We're all knotted up.
And, you know, one thing to note here in this ball game, the Cardinals have 0 problems moving the ball. We saw it a few times. They've been backed up inside their own 10-yard line, and here we see it now. They find themselves on the opposite side of the 50-yard line. They have so many weapons on the offense. They have Henderson. They have Khalil. They have quite a bit of weapons on offense. They have 0 problems moving the ball.
It's going to be a great fourth quarter here from Brenham Cub Stadium here in Brenham, Texas. And we're finally starting to feel that breeze here that Mr. Kendall Cobb was talking about. And speaking of Mr. Kendall Cobb, I'd like to thank our underwriters and supporters rather quickly before we get back to game action.
Well, Alex and Andre, this game is too close for comfort. And speaking of comfort, Hexair Comfort Solutions offers you as much as possible. They're out of Cypress. You can reach them at 832-334-0300. Hexair Comfort Solutions.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kendall Cobb. And the Buccaneer defense is back on to the field here as the fourth quarter begins. Second down and 10 for Trinity Valley. Ball on the Blinn 36-yard line.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
God almighty, my eyes are getting it.
The ball is on the 36-yard line. We are all tied at 24 at the beginning of the fourth quarter. It's going to be second and 10 for the Cardinals.
Henderson's going to have 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side. Thomas offset to the right. Henderson's going to take the snap, looking to his right, looking. He evades the pressure.
Wow.
He's going to have about 10 yards there. And see, that is just athleticism at its finest there.
That was a great spin there by Henderson, you know, to avoid the pressure. He showed great poise on that last play, and he picked up another first down for the Cardinals.
That's the guy who has great feel in the pocket, and he just knew how to evade.
He's comfortable. He's very comfortable in the pocket.
Trinity Valley going to have trips to the right, ball on the left hash, going to hand it off to they're going to pull it. Henderson's going to pull it, and he's going to have about 10 yards before he just dives and gives himself up. Another Trinity Valley first down.
To call your grandmother, Alex, he's getting his dollar out of his 15 cents for sure each time.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better myself. If I said it myself. Anderson's going to take it around the right side. Seems to be nothing doing there. Flags fly.
It appears that this one may go against TVCC.
going to check
holding
momentarily on the most times you see the back judge throw the yellow marker.
Right.
It's going against the offense, and it should be in the neighborhood of holding.
Yes, sir.
And
wait for it.
Referee summit is occurring here at the 30-yard line. And they're going to back them up 10 yards. So it is holding.
Quite a bit of penalties here in the second half, and majority of them have been going against TVCC.
The Bucks catch a break here. That'll make it first down and 20.
And it has been all Henderson in this second half. He has put the team on his back, and he has carried them so far here in the second half.
That'll be first down and 25.
The crowd has come alive here in Brenham, Texas.
Trinity Valley going to have 3 wide receivers to the right, 1 wide receiver to the far side, ball on the right hash. Henderson dropping back, looking to his right, looking, pressure coming. Pass is going to be incomplete, intended for number 19, Tristan Wallace.
Yes, sir.
Second down.
That was a great coverage there on that last play. It was man coverage. It was great coverage there. And we've talked about the secondary of the Buccaneers so far in this game, and they have done a exceptional job so far.
Trinity Valley comes out with 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side, ball on the right hash. Trinity Valley now going from right to left on your dial. Henderson jumps back, looking to his right. Pass is going to be incomplete. Intended for number 19, Wallace.
Well, Wallace came down with the ball. He just wasn't able to get a foot in bounds, and because of that, it's going to bring up 3rd and long. Definitely an obvious pass situation here on 3rd and long.
And this is where the Bucks have to play good defense here and not give up anything, not let anything get behind them. 3rd and 25. Trinity Valley with 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side. They're in a pistol set. Henderson's going to just hand it off to Khalil Banks. Banks is going to have about 8 yards there on the play. Make it a little bit more interesting.
Yeah, that was
and now they're going to, Trinity Valley will send out their field goal unit here. And like we said earlier, special teams give it and they take it away. And last time, Antoine Jackson personally take it away points from the Trinity Valley Cardinals.
And that was 3rd and 25, and there aren't too many plays designed for 3rd and 25. So they decided to just run with it so they did not force anything on that last play.
Trinity Valley field goal unit onto the field. The snap is back, the kick is up, and it is good with 13:20 remaining here in the final quarter here from Brenham Cub Stadium. Trinity Valley takes a 27-24 lead here. Buccaneers will receive the ball. Alex Goodwin, Andre Davis, Kendall Cobb, the senior citizen, Mr. AARP himself.
Yes, sir.
Mike Prince is also here with us. He's somewhere. I'm not quite sure.
Where'd the old man go?
I don't know. Let's make sure he didn't get lost.
He's digesting his Mobius pizza.
He better not take the box. I tell you that.
Well, guys, a lot of time left to be played here in this ball game. 27-24 is our score in favor of the Cardinals. I would say great defensive stand there by the Buccaneers to not give up 7. They only gave up 3, and they gave their offense another chance to take the lead here in the fourth quarter.
Well, this game is competitive, guys. I mean, back and forth and back, and you can't get any better weather, can't get any better broadcast team, you can't get any better games. So, guys, keep up the good work.
I'm still waiting on this breeze that y'all been talking about. Where's the breeze?
It's trickling in.
Y'all said it's coming. I don't feel it. Where's the breeze?
And again, we're going to give you we have a 10. We do have a Clemson-Louisville score update. Clemson leads 26-7 over the Louisville Cardinals in Louisville, Kentucky. And it seems like I picked the wrong team to win this week yet again.
I picked Louisville as well. I did.
Wow.
I did pick Louisville.
Always just making a fool out of me.
I picked Louisville.
TVCC's going to onside kick it.
Wow.
And it's going to be, I think it's going to go out of bounds.
Yes, they caught a break. The Buccaneers
are going to go out of bounds because the Buccaneers were not prepared for the onside kick, so the Buccaneers caught a lucky break. It seems as if they've been praying.
They were been praying, and we saw that on last night with the Rose Hill football game. There was an onside kick unexpectedly. And a lot of times when that happens and you're not ready for it, it can definitely be costly. Unfortunately for the Buccaneers, they caught a break and the ball went out of bounds.
Yes, sir, Andre. Exactly. You said last night that it won that high school team that game. They won 14-7 off that additional score. So onside kicks can be a difference.
Yes, and that definitely could have been a major game changer if the Cardinals were able to recover that one.
Yes, sir. Lucky break for the Buccaneers.
The Bucs live to fight another day. Blinn's going to have 3 wide receivers to the right. They're going to hand it off to Carlos Grace on the power play. Grace has some space across the 50. He's going to be down at the 46-yard line. He has enough real estate to get a Buccaneer first down. That was great power run there from the Buccaneers. They pulled the guard and the tackle.
Yes, he just followed the big man on that last play. You can credit that run to the big man, number 66, Jermaine Townsend, on that last play.
And Grace he appears to be a bit shaken up on the play, and I believe that's going to be an injury timeout.
Well, we're going to hope
he took a shot to his left. I'm sorry, he took a shot to his right hip, and it seems to be favoring his right leg.
Yes, and if this is serious, this could definitely be costly for the Buccaneers as they find themselves down by 3, 27-24 to be exact here early on in the fourth quarter. And it appears that he's all right. You know, he's walking on his own. Like you said, he just kind of got shaken up on that play.
Yes, sir.
They're just going to sit him out, give him a few minutes. Well, hopefully the big man, the star, can return in this ball game.
Antonio Williams will check in for the Bucs. Going to go with trips to the right. They're going to the tight end, number 83. Austin Hibbets will check in. He's lined up on the left, ball on the center hash. Williams going to drop back looking to his right. He has a man.
Oh.
Pass caught by number 5, Newton. Great play from the Buccaneers. It looked as if he and DeAndre were both in the same area. Somebody may have run the wrong route, but the right result happened for the Buccaneers. First down and 10. Buccaneers threatening.
Yes, they are. And the DB was closing in on that last big play, number 24, Prince Robinson, to be exact. If he would have got his head up, he would have looked up for the ball. He could have broken that. He could have broken that last play up. I guess that's why, as defensive back coaches, they tell you to look up for the ball. Don't just run downfield. He just blew an opportunity to make a play on that one.
Correct. You're exactly right. They tell you when the receiver looks, you look.
Absolutely.
And the receiver, Quentin Newton, elevated for the play. Defender did not elevate. Did not even look back, as you stated, and there's a big game for the Buccaneers.
And we have a slight break. So, you know, we
slight
break.
Slight break and slight breeze.
Oh,
there you go.
There is no breeze.
The Lord has answered my prayers. You don't see.
You don't feel that, Andre?
No, I feel nothing.
You know what?
Maybe he's desensitized. What do you think, Andre?
I think so. But while we have a quick moment, I must let you know, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, of an upset this evening. Mississippi State defeats number 12 LSU by a score of 37-7.
Whoa, that's more than an upset.
Whoa,
that is a beatdown.
They served a whooping.
I'm sure Dak Prescott's celebrating that fact.
Don't mention the Cowboys. Please don't.
Well, we're going to mention the Texans. You don't want to talk about that.
Buccaneer football.
Back to the field of that hand.
And Williams going to hand it off to Antonio Williams. He's going to get stuffed.
And it appears that Carlos Grace still must be shaken up. They have not brought him in so far. But at the same time, Williams, I believe he had a touchdown in that first half, so they do have some confidence in the running back.
Trips to the right. They're going to hand it up to Antonio Williams. Williams is going to get stuffed on 2nd and goal. Nothing there, and flags fly.
It's going to be.
And that looks to be, and you know when a flag flies like that off after the play, it looks to be unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yes, sir.
And it will be unsportsmanlike conduct against Trinity Valley. That's going to mark off half the distance to the goal, and that should give them a first down.
Yes, sir.
And another penalty charge against the Cardinals. That's their 4th penalty so far just here in the second half alone.
They got to play smart in that, guys.
Sir.
To sit up here and lose your cool in a moment like this with Buccaneers knocking on the door.
Yes.
Smart move.
If you're the Buccaneers, you definitely want to capitalize on these penalties.
First down and goal, ball on the 7-yard line. Bucks line up with trips to the right side, in to the left. They're going to hand it off to Quantonio Williams. Williams with a little bit of space. He's going to be near the end zone, and they're going to rule him just short.
And I said it earlier.
Short.
I said it earlier.
Forward, he would have got the
I
score.
said it earlier. Even though Grace is out, he's injured. They believe in Williams. They have confidence in Williams. You saw it there on that last play.
You did say that.
They hand off to Quantonio Williams. Williams is going to be. It's going to depend on where they mark him, and they're going to say it's going to be third down and goal.
Well, he was almost there. He just needs just a little bit more push. Now, that's when you get behind the big boys, and you just let them carry you forward. He just needs just a little bit more push on that last play.
And they're going to bring in the big guys here.
The heavy set.
Third down and goal for the Buccaneers. Quantonio Williams, the D-back, fullback in. And Williams going to go for the sneak, and wow. He's going to be short.
They're going to say he was short. It was interesting, though. It's like he got out of the power. There's a big power on the left side, and somehow he finds himself not even in the middle of the power whatsoever.
In the field goal unit out there.
He was completely separated from his teammates on that last play.
10:42 remaining here in the fourth quarter. The Bucks will send their kicking unit on the field. Buckley on to kick.
Okay, so yeah, they're gonna. So it looks like there's gonna be a timeout called. Where we gather ourselves. So again, the score is
ladies and gentlemen. Yes, sir.
Trinity Valley's up by 3.
Yes, sir.
Blinn knocking on the door.
Yes, Blinn knocking on the door with 10:28 remaining here in the fourth quarter. A lot of football, a lot of time left to be played here in this ball game. Andre Davis alongside Alex Goodwin. The man, Mr. Kendall Cobb, right here. You are listening to Buccaneers football on.
You forgot about the old man.
Yeah, well, the old man, the senior citizen, as you mentioned. You are listening to Blinn Buccaneer football right here on the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
The Bucks will send their kicking unit onto the field with 10:28 remaining here in the fourth quarter.
Crowd's getting into it, guys.
Crowd is definitely getting into it here on fourth and
going for it.
Oh, absolutely.
They're going to go for it here.
It's fourth and go. You have to go for it.
And this is when you go maybe with a hard count.
On fourth and goal?
Hard count them. There's a lot of space to the left side of the field. They could run quarterback. They could run the quarterback to the left.
There we go.
And he's going to keep it. Oh, Buccaneers with 10:22 remaining.
Right.
Great read by quarterback Devin Williams.
That was an excellent read, Alex. That was an excellent read on that play. The defenders went for a brace on that last play. He pulled it, and he scored a touchdown for the Buccaneers.
Great call by the coach and great execution by the team.
Absolutely. Buckley will be on to attempt the extra point. Boyd, the holder, these plays sometimes are the biggest plays in the ball game here. The snap is back, the kick is up, and it is in.
Yes.
Fully upright.
Yes, and Kendall, you mentioned the play calling there on that last play, but it was the read on that last play that caused that touchdown because he could have easily made a long read.
Oh, we have whistles and flags down.
Yes,
and it appears we have another flag down. This appears to be another unsportsmanlike penalty. We said this ball game was getting chippy, and this one is very close to just getting just a touch out of control. The referee is going to have to do what they can to get a handle on this ball game.
Well, you're definitely going to have to keep your composure, whether you're TVCC or if you're the Blinn Buccaneers. You have to keep your composure. I understand in games like this, emotions get kind of high. This is a very close game, but there's still a lot of football left to be played. Definitely you need to maintain your composure for the remainder of this game.
Yes, sir. And, Andre, to your point about the read, you're exactly right. Devin Williams did a wonderful job of selling the handoff, pulls it out, and goes in basically untouched.
Yes, sir. As we have exactly 10:22 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Buccaneers on top of this one by the score of 31-27 if you're just now tuning in. And we're going to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors for today's broadcast.
Well, we want to thank AutoCheck, Chippewa Refuge Ministries, Mobius Cafe and Pizzeria, Burger Fencing Landscaping and more, Bush's Chicken, local business, Farmers Insurance Agency with LaToya Chappelle, and Hexstar Comfort Solutions out of Cyprus. And again, remember, you can always become a listening partner. Go to www.obn-radio.com, or you can call 832-213-8824 and join us.
Yes, sir. You can definitely become a listening partner by visiting www.obn-radio.com. As you just mentioned, we have been serving the community, we meaning Dr. Mike Prince, since 2002. I was only 7 at the time. But Dr. Mike Prince has been serving this community since 2002, and he serves the community, well, we serve the community through faith and athletics by being the voice of student athletics.
Yes, sir. So the Bucks will kick it off. Banks and Hodge back deep, and there was a sportsmanlike conduct penalty against the Buccaneers on the point after try. The Buccaneers will mark off 15 yards. The Bucks will kick it from their own 20. Hodges and Carter standing at their own 20-yard line.
Yes, sir. And the Buccaneers did a pretty good job moving the ball on that last drive, although they did have 4 penalties to help them out. But as I said before, I will take it any way I can get it.
Buckley's kick is away, and he's going to sky it. They're going to take it at the 15-yard line, and Khalil Banks is going to have it around. He's going to take it around the right side, and he's going to eventually be brought down at around the 30-yard line. So, all in all, the Buccaneers were still able to flip the field. And the TVCC is going to start off with decent field position, but they were able to offset the penalty with the superb kicking of Buckley.
And, guys, that's a big guy there.
Yeah,
Khalil Banks is a big guy. Even though he really had that much room to work with on the right side, I mean, he was brought down, but he wasn't brought down easily.
He's a load.
Yes, he is a load. As we have exactly 10-12 remaining here in the fourth quarter.
And the Buccaneer fans starting to get a little bit animated. It looks to be number 40, Jalen Cooper's mother, leading the charge down there in the stands. Banks on the carry. He's going to charge forward. He's going to have about 4 or 5 yards where he's brought down by big number 4, Antoine Jackson.
Well, it's no secret. When they find themselves down 31-27, they're going to rely on Henderson and Banks for this entire drive.
Yes, sir.
Henderson is going to hand it off to Banks. Banks is going to have about 3 yards there.
2 plays in a row. 2 plays in a row. They have went to Banks on 2 plays in a row.
Well, the Cardinals know who butters their bread, and they're definitely going to go to Henderson and Banks.
Clock running here, 9:30 remaining in the ball game. Trinity Valley has 4 receivers, 2 to each side. Banks to Henderson's left. Henderson takes a snap, looking to his right. Pass is going to be incomplete. Intended for number 85, Hoover. That'll bring up 4th down for Trinity Valley, and the punting unit is on to the field.
Well, if it isn't broke, don't fix it. They went with Banks for 2 plays in a row, and he gained quite a bit of yards for them. They only needed about 4 yards to get the first down. Just run the ball, continue to work the clock, and keep the drive open. But they did not. They went with a pass on that last play. It was incomplete, and because of it, that brought up 4th down.
Number 12, Sakori Smith, back deep for the Buccaneers. And the punt is away, end-over-end kick. He's going to fair catch it at the 22-yard line, and that's where the Bucks will have it. It'll be 1st down and 10 with a 9:11 left in the contest. I think this is a great time to thank our underwriters, sponsors, and supporters.
Yes, sir. Bucks taking this opportunity to capitalize. Let's go ahead and capitalize on our sponsors. We have Farmers Insurance Agency. Tanya Chappell can be reached at 979-826-3026. And also, again, we cannot thank Mobius Pizza, Cafe and Pizzeria enough. Thanks to Henry and Barbara for providing our meal this evening. Go visit Mobius right here in Brenham.
Thank you so much, Mr. Cobb. And they're going to hand it off to number 24, Carlos Grace. Grace around the left side before he's going to be cut down by number 30, Bryce Cook.
And I'll tell you what, if Carlos Grace gets the game ball for this game, he needs to give it to the big man, number 66, Jermaine Townsend. He has been moving defenders out the way for Grace this entire ball game.
And I think this is a point in the ball game where Blinn has really got to start to try to bleed this clock here and run the clock down. They're going to hand it off to Quintonio Williams. Williams is going to have a short gain. He's going to be stood up, and it's going to be a short gain there. Like I said before that last play, let this clock run.
Yes, you're up 31-27. There's 8:30 remaining. Just work the clock, move the ball, and continue to gain first downs while doing so.
It's third and 5, so they definitely have to get the first on this play. Otherwise, they'd be forced to punt just for sheer field position.
Williams has 4 receivers, 2 to each side. Williams to Williams' left. Williams going to look to his right. Going to throw it to Carrick Whitfall. Pass will be complete.
And that was great focus there by Whitfall in that last play. The pass was kind of low, on that hitch route. Great job there by Whitfield to let the ball in the entire time.
And he's going to have enough for a Buck first down. Move the chains, move the clock.
Moving right along.
Amen. The Bucks are going to go with a 4 wide receiver set. Quintonio Williams to Devin Williams' right. Ball is on the right hash. Buccaneers going from left to right. You hand off to Quintonio Williams. Quintonio Williams, no running room on the play.
Yeah, he really didn't have much room to work with on that last play, but not a bad play call. Again, you picked up the first down previously. There's 7:20 remaining. Just continue to work the clock and just move the ball down the field.
2nd and 10. New running back for the Buccaneers, number 39, Robert Franklin. Williams drops back, and he has a man. And the pass is going to be caught, but it's Quentin Newton down the 25 to the 15. He is brought down at the 17-yard line. Great play. Quentin Newton avoided disaster, bobbled it for a second, but he was able to get control of it for a Buccaneer first down. The Buccaneers are threatening with 7:02 remaining here in the fourth quarter.
Yes, Newton has been pretty quiet for the Buccaneers in this second half. He picked up 90 yards reception for them last week in their win against Navarro. Great job, great catch there by Newton to pick up a nice chunk of yards for the Buccaneers on that play.
Buccaneers going to go with trips to the right. Franklin offset to Williams' left. Going to hand it off to Franklin. Franklin is going to slip a tackle before he is brought down after a gain of about 3. 6:37 remaining here in the ballgame.
Yes, sir.
Second and 7 for the Buccaneers. 6:21 remaining here in the ballgame. Alex Goodwin, Andre Davis, Mr. Kendall Cobb, and the AARP head honcho, Mike Prince. This is the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Trips to the left. Franklin offset to Williams' right, and the Buccaneers are going to have to burn a timeout with 6 minutes remaining here in the contest. And because we have a break in our action, this is a good time. Matter of fact, it is a great time to thank our underwriter sponsors and supporters.
We cannot thank our underwriter sponsors and supporters enough. Start with burgers, fencing, landscaping, and more. Look, you reach them at 281-253-2923 and Auto Check and Auto Repair, located in Cypress, Texas. Reach them at 281-440-1188. Auto Check and Auto Repair. Steve will pick up your vehicle and leave with a 2016 Toyota while he diagnoses your problem. Auto Check and Auto Repair.
And both teams are back onto the field. Thank you so much, Mr. Cobb.
Yes, sir.
2nd and 7 for the boys in blue. If you're just now joining us, your Blinn Buccaneers are taking on the Trinity Valley Community College Cardinals. They're the number 3 ranked team in the country. The Blinn Buccaneers making their first appearance in the NJCAA rankings this week. They're going to hand it off. Williams is going to keep it. He's going to go around the right side. Nothing doing on the play.
Well, he didn't have
Third down.
Well, he didn't have a whole lot of room to work with on that last play. That just goes, he tried to make something out of nothing, but in the end, he ended up with nothing on that last play.
And that'll bring up 3rd down and 10.
We still got 5:30 remaining here in the fourth quarter, and the Buccaneers are moving the ball fairly well so far on this drive.
Trips to the right. They're going to hand it off to Robert Franklin. Robert Franklin is going to go nowhere. He's going to be spun down.
Marley stays in bounds to keep the clock going.
And that's going to bring up 4th down for the Buccaneers, and it's no secret they're going to bring out the punting unit pickup to get 3-point punting unit. The kicking unit to tackle 3 more points in this ball game.
If you're the Buccaneers, you want to get a touchdown there, but if you're able to tack on 3 and make sure Trinity Valley has to take the lead with a touchdown and an extra point, you do whatever you can. The snap is back, the kick is up, and it is no good.
Wow. He had the distance.
He just hooked it a little. By a little, I mean a little to the right, and that will, TVCC will take over at the 20-yard line. The Buccaneers run approximately 4 minutes off of the clock, would have nothing to show for it. 31-27, our score, 4:50 remaining here in the ballgame.
Well, TVCC blew their last opportunity on the last drive. They went 3 and out, but they find themselves back on the field to get another opportunity with 4:50 remaining here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, the Buccaneers got to buckle down at this point to prevent TVCC from going ahead.
And they come out with 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side. Banks offset to the left, and Khalil Banks is going to run it up the middle. He's got nothing there.
Well, the Cardinals are starting to become just a little bit predictable here late in the 4th quarter as they went with the big man Banks on 1st down and 10. They did the exact same thing on the previous drive, and he was able to pick up only 2 yards on that play.
And I'm not quite sure why they'd be running the football here we're under 5 minutes left in the contest. But, I'm not going to make any – I don't have any complaints here. And they're going to swing it around to number 1, Mullins. Mullins on the jet sweep, and Mullins going to be brought down near the line of scrimmage. So that's going to make it 3rd down and 8. And this is an obvious pass situation now. Again, the Bucs have to keep everything in front of them. They can't let anybody get behind them.
Yes, sir. They went with the jet sweep on that last play, and personally, I'm not really a big fan of going east and west, specifically here in this ball game when they find themselves down 31-27, 3rd and 8 coming up.
Anderson's going to drop back. He's looking to his right. Pressure coming. They're going to run a quick bubble screen. Justin's going to make a man miss, make a second miss, but he is going to be brought down by that Blinn Buccaneer defense.
The Buccaneer defense has come alive here in the 4th quarter. 2 drives in a row.
4th down, and they will bring out the punting unit. 3:38 remaining here in the ball game. Not the best drive for Trinity Valley, and the Bucs will get the football back, the clock running. The Bucs, with a handful of 1st downs, potentially they can put this bad boy on ice.
I was wondering how many timeouts each team had to work
Corey
with.
Smith back deep, and that punt was nearly blocked, and it's going to take a Trinity Valley bounce at the 30, and it's going to roll out of bounds at the 29-yard line. 3:05 left here in the ball game, and it's going to be critical for Blinn to get a handful of 1st downs to make Trinity Valley use what timeouts they have left here to stop the Buccaneers from continuing to bleed the clock.
Yes, sir, and they didn't do a bad job of moving the ball on that last drive. They got down to nearly close to the 20-yard line. They just weren't able to punch it in. And like I say, with 3:05 remaining here in the 4th quarter, do what you've been doing this whole time. They bring Williams back out at running back. They're going to keep Grace on the sideline, but just do what you've been doing, run the ball, work the clock, and continue to pick up 1st downs.
Buccaneers come out with trips to the right side. Trips to the left side. Ball on the right hash, and they're going to hand it off, and nothing doing there on the run for number 22, Williams.
And even though there was nothing doing there on the run there for Williams, the good thing is the clock continues to run for the Buccaneers. And I know
trips are to the left. Tight end on the right side. Ball is on the left hash. Williams the offset back. 2:29 left in the ball game, and Williams is going to bleed the clock.
Yes, sir.
4 on the play clock. They're going to snap it, hand it off to Quintonio Williams. Quintonio Williams is going to have nothing there. And at this point, Trinity Valley knows what Blinn is going to try to do here, and they're going to blow it dead here. And I believe we have a timeout on the field called by Trinity Valley.
Yes, you pretty much said it. The Buccaneers pretty much became predictable on this last play. You definitely want to get complacent. You know you're up 31-27. 2:16 is a lot of time left in the game of football.
That's correct. You have
Yes, sir. Well, you mentioned it about the timeouts. It was the Cardinals did have 2 timeouts remaining, but after that one, they only have 1 timeout remaining, and the Buccaneers have 1 timeout remaining as well.
Now it's going to come down to these coaches strategizing to see what is going to work best for either Trinity Valley to get the ball back or Blinn to go ahead and get that first down and keep that ball moving towards victory.
Yes, and I actually have confidence in the Buccaneers defense if they aren't able to pick up the first down here on this next play, as TVCC has blown 2 opportunities here late in the fourth quarter.
Andre, I would agree. The Bucs defense has stepped up these last couple of series, so even if they have to punt after this play, I believe as well the defense should be able to hold the Cardinals from scoring.
3rd down and 11 for the Bucs. They're going to come out with trips to the right. Ball is on the center hash. Buccaneers going from left to right. Ball on the 28-yard line. Williams going to drop back to pass. He's looking deep.
Oh, my goodness.
He's going to throw it to Carrick. Whitball pass is going to be caught. Wow, what a catch. Carrick Whitball just pinned the ball to his helmet, and they're going to throw a flag. They're going to try to say unsportsmanlike conduct. I believe they're going to say Carrick Whitball spun the football.
you know
they're going to back them up 15, but they still have a first down.
Yes,
so,
I mean, even though it's unsportsmanlike conduct, but at the same time, with a catch like that, as a player in the game, you can't help but get excited. That just comes with the game on that last play.
That was reminiscent of Super Bowl with David Tyree catching the ball off his helmet.
Absolutely. What a catch by Carrick Whitball, but that's going to back them up 15.
Crowd definitely not pleased with that last call.
But even still, the Bucs, with 2:08 remaining, the Bucs are on the TVCC side of the field. And even if the Bucs can't move the ball any further here, at this point you just punt the ball.
Yes.
Or just essentially on a 4th down, pooch punt it.
Yes.
And try to pin TVCC back deep in their own territory.
Correct. That was the main thing, is to get first down. They did just that. Even though their penalty backed them up on that last play, they still were able to pick up the first down, 1st and 10 for the Buccaneers.
Blinn comes out with 3 wide receivers all to the left side. They're going to bring DeAndre Reed in motion. Williams is going to take it up the middle. Williams with some space to the 20, to the 25, to the 20. He's going to be down to the 15-yard line. Move the sticks for the Bucs. First down.
That was an excellent read there by Williams on that last play. He faked it. He saw some room at the middle, had a few blocks, had a nice room to work with. Great read there by Williams to gain the chunk of yards there for the Buccaneers.
And the Bucs, they're going to have the football on the Cardinal 14-yard line. Great play call there from the Buccaneers. They're going to go with trips to the right. Quantonio Williams offset to Devin Williams' right. Ball on the left hash. Going to hand it off to Quantonio Williams. Williams going to get about 3 or 4. And he's going to be brought down. 1 minute and 4 seconds remaining here in the ball game. And Blinn can just sit on it at this point.
I mean, sit on it and don't let it move at this point.
In the contest here, the fans starting.
Oh, Lord.
Blinn fans starting to cheer here as the Buccaneers near a victory.
About 30.
They're going to run one. I think they'll only have to run potentially one more play here. We'll take the snap on Tony Williams. Going to have it around the left side. Williams breaks a tackle, and he's going to be down inside the 7-yard line. The clock will stop. The Buccaneers, I believe, they may only have to run one more play here, and that will be it. The Blinn Buccaneers got down early, 14-0, but they outscored the Trinity Valley Cardinals 31-13 in the final. Now you have to call it the final 40 or so minutes of the ball game.
Yes, sir. You know, we said it before. The Trinity Valley came in this game as a number 3 ranked team in the country, and the Blinn Buccaneers came in as the number 14 ranked team in the country. But that's why I always say before, that's why you still have to go out and play the game.
And as you said, styles make fights. So styles makes this game. I mean, number 3 and number 4, they're so closely ranked. But again, Blinn was able to come back and make it happen.
And this just in from the senior citizen, Mike Prince himself. Antoine Jackson, the Ohio State commit, will be with us for the post-game show presented by Mobius Cafe and Pizzeria. I don't know who's doing the interview because I'm still a bit hungry myself. And the Buccaneers appear as if they're going to be in victory formation. Every coach's favorite. 23.9 seconds remaining here. And the Buccaneers are just going to kneel it down. And that will be the ball game here. And we've got still a little bit of extracurricular activities.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. As they are celebrating, as they pulled off the upset, defeating the Cardinals by the score of 31-27. So with that score, with that victory, that's going to improve the Blinn Buccaneers record to 3-0 on the season. And as for TVCC, they're going to fall to 3-1 on the season.
And like I said before, this is going to be a ball game that's going to be physical. It was going to be haymakers are going to be thrown. The Blinn Buccaneers took a couple of hard shots to start the ball game, but in the end, they were able to win the fight. Fights on one in the first round. They're won in the 12th.
Well, they didn't let this one get away from them too early. You know, they found themselves down 14-0. They kept fighting, and only they kept fighting, they put themselves in the driver's seat, and they pretty much stayed there for the duration of this ball game.
You're exactly right. And Harold Letterman had losing a couple of rounds early on, but as you see, they withstood the blows that Trinity Valley had to deliver. They came back and pulled it out.
Couldn't say it better myself. Like we said before, Antoine Jackson, the Ohio State commit, will be with us post-game. We'll get him here as soon as the players are off of the field. The school song, the fight song are played for the Blinn Buccaneers. Like we said before, the Blinn Buccaneers victorious tonight, 31-27 over the visiting Trinity Valley Community College Cardinals, the previously number 3 ranked team in the country. The Buccaneers improved, like Andre said, to 3-0. Alex Goodwin, Andre Davis, Mr. Kendall Cobb, the senior citizen Mike Prince. This is the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And if I may ask, who was doing the post-game show? Who's doing the post-game
interview? I believe it's going to be Dr. Prince doing that interview.
Well, Mr. Prince, he has joined us. He went ghost for a while. I think he had to digest some of that Mobius piece, so I'm not sure. But he has joined us back here in the broadcasting booth.
Well, I want to give up my mic and let the good doctor have a seat and get set up.
It's all right. You don't have to do that. You can do all that. Oh, you got to be nice to him.
The man in charge is upon us here in this broadcast. The man, Mr. Mike Prince. We're going to get him mic'd up here. Yes, sir. Dr. Mike Prince.
Hey, guys. Let me first say great job by the Bucs. Great job by you guys on tonight. Another strong performance for Grace and company, winning 31-27. Now it is time for our post-game report brought to you by Mobius Cafe and Pizzeria located in Brenham, Texas, right off of Old Highway 290. And no, I did not eat up all the pizza.
I know.
You know?
Yeah, because it's right there.
Look, and I was monitoring you,
and
I heard you threaten me.
What? I threatened you?
What?
What are you talking about? I threatened you.
You threatened me about he better not take the box this time.
Well, I said he better not take the box.
You didn't think I was listening with that?
I was listening.
Well, Mike, you were monitoring us. We were monitoring the pieces. So it's all good. It's all good.
Look, we've got responsibilities.
You got responsibilities.
My responsibility is make sure I got some food to eat.
Yes, sir. I do understand. Well, one thing, you're going to get your meals in. Hand me one of those napkins over there, please, sir. Mobius.
You got to wipe your mouth?
Yes, sir. I got to get this pizza off of me here. As our Mobius Cafe and Pizzeria post-game report, the Bucs victorious 31-27 over Trinity Valley Cardinals, going to now 3-0. If you just joined with Bucs football, they missed the first game due to Hurricane Harvey against Texas A&T, so they're going to have to make that game up down the road. Not quite sure when they get it in, and even if it'll be against Texas A&T, but another strong performance. We heard the line for the Bucs showed up tonight. They created some holes, some great lanes for Grace to be able to run through. And we can't say enough about how the defense showed up when they needed to led by that front four by our postseason player of the game, or post-game player of the game, Mr. A.J. Jackson. He should be joining us here momentarily. As a matter of fact, I'm going to ask if one of you guys will be out there to guide me, and we got 2 broadcasts going on tonight, so I want to make sure that he gets into the right booth.
We need him to get in the OB.
Yeah, and overall, guys, give us a recap on how things unfolded tonight for you guys.
Well, Mike, I know you're a defensive guy. I know you come from defense. You played linebacker, and as you mentioned, the defense of the Blinn Buccaneers, they buckled down specifically in that second half. I definitely want to credit not only to the big guys up front, but the secondary of the Blinn Buccaneers. And because of the Cardinals, they had just a couple of big plays. One of them was like a blown assignment on the 10-yard line, but other than that, the secondary of the Blinn Buccaneers, they buckled down, and because of the Cardinals, didn't really have much success through the air in this game.
Well, the Bucs showed some resiliency to me, being down early, 14-0, to the number 3 ranked team in the nation.
Yes.
Not just in the neighborhood, but in the nation, and they were able to overcome that with some stingy defensive plays and a little quarterbacking change midway. Not sure if that was due to injury or just to send a message to Wim, who came back with a vengeance.
You know, that's interesting that you mentioned that. That just further lets me know the confidence that they have in themselves. I know a lot of times when you find yourself down 14-0 against number 3 ranked team in the country, a lot of times you can get discouraged, you can get down on yourself, you can start making mistakes that can fully cost you the ball game. But as you mentioned, they showed some resilience. They kept their confidence, and because of it, they found themselves winning 31-27.
Well, not only that, you got to remember the Bucs are ranked 14th as well, so which means they're not any slouches themselves.
Right.
And so the fact that you're playing at home and you're overcoming some adversity, you're able to get through and transition to some things to make it happen. So another strong performance for the Bucs, both offensively and defensively. But you got to like some of the gutsy calls that Coach Mahan made, in particular in this fourth quarter, on some going forward on fourth and go. I myself said I would have gone for it as well.
Yes, sir.
You're at home. You got the home team momentum behind your back. Send your message and put the confidence in your defense. And then the fact that you don't make it, you got a strong enough defense that can keep these guys pent deep in their own territory.
Yes, sir. And not only do they have the team, the crowd on their backs, they also have that man back there at quarterback, Devin Williams.
Devin that man Williams?
Devin that man Williams. When you got him back there, he made some great decisions here. You can definitely tell that the coach talked to him after that last game against Navarro. He didn't really try to force anything this week. If he didn't see it, he either threw it away or he took it and ran it himself. So definitely great job by the quarterback, Devin Williams, in this game.
And you got to remember, he's only a freshman. So technically, after you play your first game, in particular on the JUCO level, you grow up extremely fast because you're on an accelerated pace, as I've often talked about. And with him now learning to protect the ball a little bit better as he comes through to make sure to get everything focused and taken care of, he is coming into his own right now as the Bucs sit in at a 3-0 record.
Yes, sir. And as we said before, they won by the score of 31-27. Mr. Alex Goodwin, your thoughts on today's ball game?
How you gonna do that? My mind was on something else for a quick second. But the Buccaneers played a great football game this evening. They rolled with the punches as they came. The first 2 punches came, and they came fast, and they came furious. But the Bucs did a little bit of bobbing and weaving like the great Floyd Mayweather in the last 3 quarters of the ball game, and they were able to come out victorious. Great game by the Buccaneers.
Well, you use Mayweather, and I understand you to do that, being a young man of your era, and by all fairness, Mayweather's one outstanding boxer. But I was thinking more of Muhammad Ali.
I said, let me get
the reason I said because it was a rope-a-dope type deal. You kind of let Trinity exhaust himself and throw the punches, and he came back with the counters, and the defense really took control of this game.
Yes,
Defense set the offense up with great field position and be able to execute. You would like to see the field goal attempt completed, but they didn't let that hold them back. They were able to come through and do some productive things to get the win.
Yes, sir. And as a defense, you definitely have zero excuses to show up and play. If the offense is not scoring, if they're not moving the ball, you can still control what you do and keep the other team out of the end zone. And they did exactly that in this ball game.
Where anybody that understands anything about winning sports, I'm talking about winning sports. I don't care what sport it is. You got to play defense. Because if I score 100 points and you score 101 points, you still beat me.
Well, I understand. I was an offensive guy myself.
Yeah, Rob.
I was more of an offensive guy myself. You know, we was always divided. You know, you got defense and then you got offense. I was an offensive guy myself,
well,
but I understand where you're coming from.
They say defense. Well, they say offense sell tickets, but defense win championships. And right now, the Bucks are in position. We don't want to talk playoffs too soon, but they're in great position.
Thank you, Jim Morris. Thank you.
They're in great position right now with the 3-0 start. They'll be on the road next week. As a matter of fact, I kept calling out Kilgore. I think they go on the road to play Kilgore next week.
Yes, sir.
And that should be another interesting game. And then the next time the Bucks will be at home will be on the 30th, as they'll be in position. And we plan to be in position as well. Our post-game show right now, the Bucks victorious over the Cardinals by the score of 31-27. Another strong performance by Mr. Carlos Grace. We say Carlos Amazing Grace and No Mercy. Another strong performance by Wales. But the man who stood out, boys amongst boys, Mr. A.J. Jackson.
You were thinking about the orange group?
I was thinking about the orange.
End of the road on bended knee.
Hey, on bended knee. I will sing it for you if you keep on prompting.
We're all right. We're all right.
You all right?
We good.
You don't want me to quit my day job?
At all.
Okay.
Well, Mike, he is a man amongst boys. He sits at 6'2", 300 pounds on the defensive line.
Well, 304 pounds, and which gives me the understanding. Well, that's probably why he wears the number 4. We're going to ask him that.
We are going to ask him that, but I'm going to let you.
You're going to let me ask him that.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to let you ask him that.
So he might hear me. Well, maybe he won't hit an old man and wear glasses. How about that?
Maybe.
He definitely won't hit you.
Our post-game report right now being brought to you by Mobius Cafe and Pizzeria located in Brenham, Texas, off of Old Highway 290 right in the heart of Brenham, Texas. If you're not sure of the address, all you got to do is look for the big coffee cup on top of the building. As a matter of fact, they were voted the best breakfast in the city of Brenham. Also, the best cafe where you can get your Joe, and the best pizzeria. So the trifecta is definitely working, and we're going to get some scoring updates from Mr. Goodwin, as I know he was interested in the Texas game earlier. I heard you giving out some shout-outs. Bring us up to speed of what's going on.
I sure was. And with a minute 10 remaining in the third quarter, USC 14, Texas 10. USC is the number 4 ranked team in the country. Texas currently hanging with them, doing what they can. And that Clemson-Louisville game that we thought was going to be a game turned out not so much. Clemson is up, and they are up big. Score is 40-14, 8:39 left in the fourth. Washington leads Fresno State 41-7 at halftime on the Pac-12 network. Stanford and San Diego State just getting underway from San Diego. And Vanderbilt defeated number 18 Kansas State. And like we said earlier, Mr. Prince, Mississippi State romps over number 12 LSU 37-7. That is the biggest upset of the week.
A lot of people calling that an upset, but I beg to differ. Mississippi State always plays LSU tough, regardless of the ranking and where they are. And in my own honest observation and opinion, maybe LSU was a bit overrated.
I mean, I think that's a very fair point to say. And it appears as if the big fella, Mr. Antoine Jackson, is heading up to the booth.
Okay, I can hear a rumble.
He's coming. I think the ground is shaking.
I can hear a rumble.
Did not make that brother sound like he is just some big caveman or something.
Oh, no. He's a man. That's for sure.
He is a man. And before he comes up, we want to quickly remind all of our listeners, if you would like to become a listening partner, you can visit our website at www.obn-radio.com. And here he is, ladies and gentlemen, number 4,
Mobius
Antoine Jackson
Cafe,
Jr.
Pizzeria player. Give that man a mic before he take one of your mics. As he's getting mic'd up, I want to remind you, the Blinn Buccaneers go to 3-0, winning by the score of 31-27 over the Trinity Valley Cardinals. Great defensive stance for the Buccaneers, led by AJ. And if you don't mind me saying, brother AJ, we call you AJ Deuce because we know you're junior.
Yes, sir.
But welcome to the post-game report and welcome to being our player of the game, sir.
Thank you.
All right. Well, look, you guys pretty much, and I'm saying you guys on the defensive side. I'm an old defensive linebacker myself, so I understand it's all about the defense. Yeah, they get excited to see the guys from, but if you guys don't stop them, you can't win the games you need to win.
Right.
Tell us how it was for you out in the trenches tonight.
Well, first, it was kind of tough because they're number 3 team in the nation. Honestly, myself, I never faced a number 3 team ever in my life, but we came out there with our heads up, and we knew we could get the win.
So knowing that you can get the win, a lot of people have a tendency not to understand JUCO ball in particular. Everything's accelerated. You transfer from Auburn, and congratulations on your commit now to Ohio State, and we're going to talk about that in just a moment. But it's honest to say that you had some jitters and butterflies at the start of this game tonight, huh?
Yes, sir, I did. We just came out there with a W, and I'm excited for my team.
Well, we're excited for you as the Bucks go to 3-0 right now, and you guys end up making some great defensive stands. You're applying pressure, shaking up the world. I got 2 questions for you. Number 1, how did you end up with your commitment to Ohio State?
Well, coming out of high school, Ohio State, they recruited me very, very hard, and I just feel like our connection, we never lost our connection when I went to Auburn, and as soon as I transferred, they were like wanted to see the call, and they still said they loved me and no hard feelings that I went to another school, but I just knew that they was there for me, and I'm there for them now.
All right, very well. Now, my second question is going to be on a lighthearted side, but I'm very serious about it. How do you end up wearing a number 4?
Well, I asked the coach. I didn't want to take the right number. I'm not that type of player. I just asked him what numbers I got available. At this point, he said 4, 8, 17, 52. And, of course, a big man, he always going to wear a low number. So,
but you make that 4 look like an 8 from up here, man.
Yeah, my brother also played. He got number 4 also. He played at South Carolina. So, I feel like that was a good choice for me.
So, that was a good choice for you. So, there is a story behind the number 4. Now, what's your major, what you're working on when you transfer, what you're going to continue your studies in?
Pre-physical therapy, so I want to be a physical therapist.
A physical therapist. Is there any particular reason that led you to want to be a physical therapist?
Well, for me, I care about people, so I care about them getting healthier and getting back on their feet, so I feel like that's a good major for me.
So you heard it first, folks. We got a gentle giant amongst us that in Antoine Jackson Jr. And in the fact that, but you're not a gentle giant out there on the field. You kind of take matters into your own hand. Do you like being on the inside or the outside when you're coming in on your attacks?
Well, wherever they put me at, that's what I do. So I don't have a
You don't have a preference?
No.
You just show me the guy with the opposite uniform and let me go to work.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, look, man, congratulations again on being our Mobius Cafe Pizzeria player of the game. As a matter of fact, you need to grab your piece of that pizza. Will they let you eat a piece of pizza?
Hey,
huh?
That's up to y'all.
No. Man, let that man have a piece of that pizza. You tell me what you think, man. Go ahead, man. Don't be afraid of the box. Grab it like it's a quarterback trying to get a. Grab a hold of that, man. Take a bite and let us know what you think about it.
Yeah, my dad. This is what I like right here.
He said that's what you like right there?
Yeah, that's big.
Boy, he done got happy. He said big piece for a big man, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we're going to give you a live taste. So go ahead, take a bite, then tell us what you think. He says good? All right. AJ, man, congratulations, man. Look, we'll dap it up. You don't have to worry about wiping your hands. Mobius Cafe Pizzeria player of the game. Anything you want to share before we close this segment out, sir?
I'm just proud to be a Buck and go Bucks.
Go Bucks, go Blue.
Go Bucks for both teams, Ohio State and Blinn.
It's a different Buck. You got a Buckeye and a Buccaneer, but if you cut it in Bucks, it's still a Buck, right?
Still a Buck.
All right, my man. Good job. Good luck. And we'll check with you on the next week as you get ready for Kilgore. We're going to get ready to continue to wrap up our post-game report right here. Alex, continue with some scores, then we'll come back with some closing thoughts. If you can, bring us up to date on the SWAC and the MEAC scores, and then follow up with the Texas update. Then we'll be ready to slam this door. Our Mobius Cafe Pizzeria player of the game, AJ Jr., we call you AJ Deuce up here, though, man. Great job, little brother, or little big brother, however you want to take it. But, yeah, he's a big brother.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever you do, man, don't hit me. All right. Go ahead, Alex. Give us some updates in school.
Like we said earlier, Nicholls State defeated Prairie View by a score of 44-13. Alabama State is playing Kennesaw State close by a score of 20-14. They're in the fourth quarter. UTSA is ahead. UTSA defeated Southern by a score of 51-17. Arkansas State defeated Arkansas Pine Bluff 48-3. South Alabama defeated Alabama A&M 45-0. McNeese defeated Alcorn State 34-27, and Grambling defeated Jackson State 36-21. So all in all, it was a bit of a rough week for the Southwestern Athletic Conference, and we're going to give an update on the Texas Longhorn score. 14-10 in favor of USC, with 13-14 remaining in the ball game from the LA Coliseum.
All right. With that being said, final thoughts and comments from you guys as we get ready to shut tonight down.
Great game from the Buccaneers. Like I keep saying it, I have to keep reiterating it to you guys. The game started off slow, but they were able to pick it up as the ball game wore on, through some punches of their own, through a couple uppercuts and some jabs, and they were able to come out with the victory in the end, 31-27. Great job from Blinn.
And that just shows you the confidence that they have on not only the offense and the defense of the Buccaneers that you mentioned before, that they found themselves down 14-0, but they didn't get discouraged at all. They kept fighting to the end. Not only did they keep fighting, they ended up with the victory, 31-27 to be exact. And you can definitely credit that win to not only to the big man who just left out of here, AJ Jr., the quarterback Devin Williams, as well as the running back Carlos Grace. He got a little shaken up there late in the second half, but he was definitely a heavy load again for the Buccaneers offense. So great job by Carlos Grace, and just an overall great win by the Buccaneers as they improved their record to 3-0.
Bucks go to 3-0. Trinity Valley falls to 3-1. Buccaneer football on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. That is going to bring us to a conclusion for tonight's broadcast here from Brenham, Texas. The Bucks victorious by the score of 31-27 on behalf of Mr. Kendall Cobb, Andre Davis, youngster Alex Goodwin, and yours truly, the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. We want to thank Blinn Buccaneer Athletic Department and Administrative AD, Coach Schumacher. Want to thank Coach Mader for her joining us at halftime. Coach Ryan Mahan, who will be on the Mahan Show on Monday morning, and Tara Dreyer, Sports Information Director. Until the next time, you guys be blessed. The Bucks 31, the Cardinals 27. Good night to all, and we'll see you on the other side.